Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes.
Alright, we're back again with the plethora of action which was clouding your brains, your minds and your fingers, considering if you guys are gamers last year. Yes, I'm talking about ESL India Premiership, and we're back again with the version 2.0, bigger, better, and still yet even much bigger, because we're going to be taking this around for 3 seasons, 9 months of intense action, with each season finale going to be in different cities. We're going to have the summer finale in Mumbai, we're going to have the fall finale in Hyderabad, and the winter finale in Delhi respectively. But starting off with the summer season right now, welcome everybody who's watching us live here. Now we're going to have 3 different games getting played out today, some of the best streams like we promised you guys. I am Vagish Goslebhan, and I will be taking you through this journey bit by bit, game by game. So starting off the first game for the day 1 stream of the ESL India Premiership 2017 summer season, we have 2 amazing players. One name needs no introduction. Mrin has been a regular feature at the ESL India Premiership, brought to you by Zowie by BenQ, Omen by HP, Nodwin Gaming and HyperX. Now, talking about Mrin specifically, now this lad has all that's got to be a Clash Royale champion. Like, he's got the right cards, he's got the right timing, he's got the right placement. And challenging him today in the best of 3 is Haseeb Nazir. And we're going to have a best of 3 between both of these people who are going to battle it out, and we're going to see who wins.
2017's first match, and it's going to be Clash Royale. So with me is Rishabh. I am Manoj Superbola, and Rishabh Bhagatpilla is going to tell you a bit about the players.
So today we have Mrin and Haseeb going against each other. Mrin has been playing since quite a while. He is our defending Masters champion. As well, Haseeb, he played in the semis. He crashed out in the semis. Mrin is at about 4 and he is working at 5 game is on and get tired.
Just to recap for you guys what is that. Mrin has started off with a goblet match, which got slaughtered by Haseeb. Haseeb replied with right now getting so much ready to this now. Because I see him on the flash track. Send the car and activate
Oh, he's an expert. He's played so many games. He had a lot of game and his placement is a lot of players. He's just a machine. He plays like a maniac.
Oh yes, he is. So
Collector is it used to be an old part of, like, it used to be an old song, but Masters. This is the guy who's basically
in the hollow ground, nothing can stop me wanting you somehow. I won't let it die. I can feel you when you're not around. When the night gets cold, I won't be alone. We won't be
Isn't Mrin still in college or something? Maybe it's because of exams.
probably it's exam season in India.
I hopefully that is the reason, because if a player like Mrin stops playing the game, like stops losing passion for the game, that we are doomed. We are doomed.
All the debates that have been going on at as well.
So we're gonna jump directly into game 2. Looks like neither player has changed their deck much. I just see a Princess on Mrin's side. The the Goblin Party is still doing a ton of work for Mrin.
It's the Goblin gang.
Gang.
They gang up together and crush the base, man. Like 6 players, 3 spare goblins, 3 goblins. Those goblins just tear down a tower, man. I think like was the Zap part of Mrin's deck in the first game?
No, he had the Electro Wizard.
Okay. So he's added Zap. He's made a few adjustments apart from the Princess as well.
And the Goblin Barrel. On the other hand, looks like Haseeb hasn't made any changes so far. Yeah, I don't think he's changed his deck at all. He might be in real trouble here. So that minion horde is going to clear up the golem, but is the golem going to clear? No, it did such lucky minions. They managed to avoid the deadly AoE damage. And they did some work, man. They cleared out 4 units. But now they're gonna die. Oh, the baby dragon does not care about the miner, unfortunately. And he's able to bring down the tower from like 2/3 HP down to a third. But on the other hand, Mrin's own tower is at 1k HP. I guess that's something he has to keep an eye on.
The Princess is just a puny card. Like, you know, any standard attack can just kill the Princess.
Yeah.
But the only, you know, the best part about the Princess is you can hit behind the river. And that crazy AoE.
In the crazy AoE. Even the projectile speed is also pretty quick. It's faster.
The projectile is fast, but she takes a lot of time to, you know, like...
Oh yeah.
She takes about
each shot takes a lot of time.
The Inferno, good defense against the golem, pulls the golem towards it.
Oh, unfortunately, I don't think the Inferno the Inferno Tower did much damage to the golem. Will one minion be enough? Supported by a Princess? No, it's not. Oh wow.
Awesome.
So we're gonna go into overtime then.
That was close.
That was close. So, is this the first time a baby dragon is... No. I was about to say, finally the dragon is about to kill the princess. There's no prince to save her. But that didn't happen, did it? The Valkyrie is such a tanky card, isn't it?
Yeah, like, and it has a very, you know, like, but the only problem is it's ground based. It doesn't attack.
Okay, another well placed lightning from Haseeb right there, just plows down the Inferno Tower. Okay, so Mrin is in some real trouble here. Oh, that... I don't know what that Goblin gang hopes to accomplish, but he just got distracted by just one set of skeletons and taken down. The princess on either side. Way to go, Mrin. Okay. Just barely missed the princess. That's... I would call it bad placement. He should have left the goblin that's behind the tower.
Yes, they would have still managed to get the princess. The log was intended for the goblin baron, which was thrown at the tower.
Okay, so it's gonna be go down to 600 HP, 559 HP. Oh, that instant reply.
I don't think the goblins are gonna last
And you have to remember, Haseeb has both a log and a lightning. I don't think Mrin is coming back from this one. His only hope is to hold off till overtime is done.
That golem, if it reaches the tower, then I think we can.
Yep. Even Mrin knows what's going to happen. And there you have it, guys. GG. So the score is 1-1. And this is exciting, isn't it? The first match of Clash Royale. First match of Clash Royale 2017 ESL Premiership, guys. That's how it is.
The game lasted a fair amount of time. Like, we usually don't see games going on beyond 3 minutes when Mrin is playing.
True. So, there you have it. That's a testament to the quality of our players, guys. go at each other's throats again, and we are jumping into game 3 of this matchup, Haseeb versus Mrin. Both all-star players, both have quite a few laurels, feathers in their hat. And Haseeb starts out with Elixir Corrector. Immediately gets answered with a poison spell. Okay, so now do you think Haseeb has changed his deck because he's won? Showed his strat? Maybe...
Probably, but Mrin is Mrin has changed his deck. Obviously, the better strategy is to keep rotating your deck. So
keep surprising your opponent.
So probably Mrin has figured what he lacked last time, and he can probably counter if Haseeb is going with the same deck.
Looks like Haseeb is going with the same deck. That definitely has to be a little surprising, though, at least.
Come on, we need to see the new card.
Yeah, Bandit. Yeah, exactly.
Tornado.
Okay, I think Mrin is in trouble again. Yeah, he's in some real trouble. That tower is going to lose a lot of HP. Look at that sportsmanship, man. Like, he accepts that was a good move. Even though he knows exactly what cards Haseeb is playing with, Haseeb has managed to outsmart him a little. I don't know, man. Would you have added the bowler in this deck, playing in this matchup?
Bowler is a very heavy, extensive card. Like 5 elixir. It can't be, you need smaller elixir cards when you're going against the deck of this. But Haseeb also has a golem, which is 8 and a 6 combo. So I think the decks are quite evenly matched. In fact, Mrin is going with a more efficient deck.
He is no, that's okay. I get that, but what I'm asking you is, you know what cards Haseeb is using. If you were in Mrin's position, would you have added the bowler to your deck? Because I don't see how a bowler is going to counter any of Haseeb's cards. Maybe Mrin expected Haseeb to change his deck, and in anticipation added a bowler.
Yeah, that would have certainly been more easy. Rather, plays in a big pick.
So 30 seconds left on the clock. I don't think Mrin is coming back from this one. Are we going to see the first ever loss for Mrin at a starter cup level stage?
This is Master.
This is Master, yeah.
But this is the first game, and we never expected this of Mrin.
And this is monumental, man. Those lightning attacks, the well-placed log, the golem supported by Electro Wizard and the Baby Dragon. That is some solid gameplay, and that has managed to get Haseeb his first matchup victory. So congratulations to Haseeb.
Well played, Haseeb. That was certainly a well-played game.
Well played, guys. So that was exciting. Like, I almost got goosebumps. So, thank you guys for joining. Thank you to our sponsors for making this happen. Again, this is Manoj Super Gola, and this is
Pagad Billa, Rishabh.
Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for some more CSGO and Dota 2 action right after this. Bye-bye.
Alright, we're back with the action, and what a bang this match was. Now, last year's champion from the Masters, Mrin has definitely faced a defeat here in the first match of ESL India Premiership 2017 in Clash Royale at the hands of Haseeb Nazir. Very well done, Haseeb. Congratulations to you. Hard luck, Mrin. We hope that you come back again with a bang and try and capitalize on whatever wrong moves were there made in the game. Now, moving on, let me remind you that this is the ESL India Premiership 2017 brought to you by Omen by HP, Zowie by BenQ, HyperX, and organized by Northwind Gaming. Now, we are here with a bang in this version 2.0. 2.0, and quickly going through the thick of things, we're going to stream to you the 3 games, the best of the streams which are going to come to you if you're at home. And trust me, once when you achieve the fact that you're going to visit the finale day, the offline day, is when the real battle begins. Now, we're going to have 2 amazing games going to be coming up. We got Dota 2, we got Counter-Strike Global Offensive also lining up, queuing up. The teams are all getting up to face each other. So now, heading off into the next game, we have Dota 2 happening between 2 very, very interesting teams. One of them formidable as the name goes. They've had a major roster change. We're talking about Entity Esports, people. If you've been keying in on the esports news happening in the country, you know these guys have got some big guns out there. And trust me, when I use the word big guns, they are cannons. Moving on, they're going to be faced off against Standin 5, another formidable team from the Indian subcontinent, and they're going to battle it out in this 5v5 MOBA called Dota 2, which is taking the world over by a storm. So let's see where the action is headed.
Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes.
my skin. How could love wear so thin? I'm sinking in the hollow ground. Nothing can stop me wanting you somehow. I won't let it die. I can feel you when you're not around. When the night gets cold, I won't be alone. We won't be I won't let it die. I can feel you when you're not around. When the night gets cold, we won't be alone. You paint a picture in my mind. You wanna leave it all behind. In a world that's turning all the time, nothing could stop me longing for your eyes. I won't let it die. I can feel you when you're not around. When the night gets cold, I won't be alone. We won't be
India Premiership 2017. You're watching Entity Esports going up against Standin 5 in the Masters League. It's phase 1 of the Masters League. I'm CloudX, and with me I've got Vivek. How's it going, Vivek? How does it feel to be behind the microphone after so long?
It feels great. I've been waiting for this moment, and what's really amazing is that the sponsors from Season 1 have hung around. We've got more sponsors. This tournament is just growing bigger and bigger. Asus is there. We've got Zowie. And we've also got HP with the new laptop Omen, which, well, we were all there. We
were at the launch event. That was quite a fun launch event.
It was quite fun.
Who was it? Jose and
Karan
Talwar,
yeah.
I really was rooting for Jose in that battle. For those of you that missed it, I'm pretty sure the VODs will be up on the HP India Facebook page.
Right.
I'm pretty sure the Nodwin guys will be able to give you a heads up on where it's going to be. A quick word of... A quick piece of information I'm going to drop out here. For those of you that are watching this on YouTube, the stream is going to be available on multiple channels this time around, I believe. You should be able to watch the stream, if not the entire stream, you should be able to watch some of the video content on the ESL India Facebook page as well. So be sure to follow them on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
10 seconds
So we're on
remaining.
Facebook and YouTube.
I think we're on Facebook. Yeah, I did see the Facebook Live notification going up as well. So
5 seconds remaining.
that production value. Shout out to Gotham sitting behind the scenes and getting all the work done. But enough about that.
Reserve
We've got
time.
some top tier quality Dota coming our way. Entity Esports. So
Diet
really
King's turn to
the
pick.
talk of the town right now. Everyone is talking about how it may or may not be ethical for them to have taken
Radiant
in
King's
Filipino
turn
and
to
Southeast
pick.
Asian players and coaches into their ranks. I, for one, am completely behind this decision.
Yeah.
I know you agree with me when I say this. Indian teams should not be given the free money that's coming out of these Indian tournaments. I'm loving the fact that the Southeast Asians are now coming down and taking a piece of
10
this pie
seconds remaining.
and actually forcing our teams and our local talent to step up to the occasion.
5
Right.
seconds remaining.
I have a slightly different read about this. I mean, it's great for
Reserve
Indian
time.
esports that we're getting foreign players. We weren't at a level to compete internationally and really have great success. So now we have help from our Filipino friends who, well, until now just flamed us everywhere on Dota. Maybe now they might support us in some of our public matchmaking. But yeah, I think it's good for Indian esports. But I'm also a bit worried whether this is going to cause a monopoly in Indian tournaments. Are the entity esports and their new
Team's
roster,
turn
are
to
they just
pick.
going to cause a landslide over all the opposing teams with this strong international talent coming into the roster? I don't care about the ethics point that you brought up. No ethics altogether. And this is a well-documented fact. The only person who goes lower than me in this is
Dire
Vagish,
King's
who
turn to
was there
pick.
behind the camera earlier in case you folks missed him. But yeah, I'm worried if this is going to cause a monopoly in Indian tournaments. So strong a team. Is it going to cause a monopoly, or is it going to cause more international players to come to India? Or are Indian teams
10
finally going to
seconds
step
remaining.
up because of competition?
So there was actually a very interesting
5
thread
seconds
that
remaining.
was started on the Total 2 group, the Facebook group. One of the comments that really
Reserve
stood out
time.
was from Clown K, I think. He's currently playing for Wipeout, if I'm not wrong, the Hyderabadi squad. He actually came out there and
Radiant
said that,
Team's
you know,
turn to
as a
ban.
player, I'm really happy that the Filipinos are in India, and I for one cannot wait to compete against them. If our goal as professional teams is to beat tier 1 teams in the world and tier 1 teams in Southeast Asia, why should we be complaining about
10 seconds
international
remaining.
teams coming on our turf? It is a perfect opportunity for them to get better. And
5
you know, I think
seconds
that's the
remaining.
spirit that every single team, at least in the Masters League, should have going up against Entity Esports.
Yeah, that's really
Reserve
sporting of
time.
him, and I do like that approach that he's taken. He wants the competition, he welcomes it. Teams that aren't sure of their capability
team
might
ban.
be like, what is all this competition? Too much. This is unfair. How can foreign players play in Indian tournaments? They're the ones you'll find them whining.
Anyway, speaking of things that are unfair, we've got a first pick Monkey King coming out from Entity Esports. I, for one, can't stand him there, but
10 seconds remaining.
it is the flavor of the month.
Do you
right
think
now.
Monkey King is not a good hero? Or?
I think he's
5
absolutely
seconds remaining.
amazing, man. He's
Okay.
borderline broken.
Right.
You have to have something like a Night Stalker with the Flying
Reserve
Vision, or a
time.
Beastmaster with the Hawk, a Tusk with the Frozen Sigil. You need something to look above the tree lines
Yeah,
when you're
which-
playing against a Monkey King.
Completely explains the first man coming out from Entity Esports. They ran out the Keeper of the Light. Standin 5 can still go for the Night Stalker if they want to. But that
Radiant
Aghanim
Team
Scepter
ban.
isn't going to be coming anytime soon, and that gives Monkey King all the time in the early game to wreak havoc in the laning phase. Looking at the other picks, Abaddon and Bounty
Dire
Hunter.
Team's turn to ban.
Not seeing the obvious synergy there just yet. I mean, we are just 2 picks underway for the Dire, but Abaddon
Team's
is
turn to
flavor of the month these days in the offlane especially. Everybody's been picking him. I do not get it just yet. Unfortunately, the drafting screen doesn't let me look at his talents. Is it something to do with his talents? Is he just a nuisance to kill because of borrowed time? I'm not entirely sure.
10
It's
seconds
something
remaining.
I'm left scratching my head about a bit. But looking at the other bands, they're pretty meta.
5
Lena
seconds
has made a
remaining.
comeback with the 30-second respawn talent, which now comes at level 15 and not level 10. Small nerf there.
Reserve time.
But nonetheless, those nukes and even those auto attacks coming out from her passive do help quite a bit.
Yeah, we have seen Lena being played as a mid ever so often of late. One team that's really been running the Lena to great success has been IG. They've been running that mid Lena, and they're one of those squads that they run a mid
Dire
without really
team's
looking
turn
to
to
counter their opponent mid. Instead of picking a one-on-one matchup
Who could turn
counter,
away from this
they're
battle?
the kind of team that thinks, you know, what's the support rotation we can make in order to shut down the enemy mid. So even if someone picks up a Templar Assassin up against something like a Lina, they'll always pick up either a Pudge or an Earth Spirit or something
seconds
that has some
remaining.
sort of damage over time and then comes in and destroys the TA. That's the kind of thought process that I
5
think a lot of
seconds
teams
remaining.
should be going into the current meta with. Invoker is going to be picked from Standin 5, so they've got a bounty to
Radiant
find
team's
those,
turn to pick.
well, to set up kills with the Sunstrike potentially coming in. They are going to need a straight stun though to help synergize with that Sunstrike from the Invoker.
Yeah, nothing just yet in the Standin 5 lineup. Speaking of straight stuns, what
10
could they go
seconds
for?
remaining.
Treant has come back into the meta. Overgrowth is good team fight.
5
He's
seconds
got
remaining.
one defensive spell, the Living Armor, and he's pretty good at being a
Reserve
nuisance in the
time.
lane with the small stun that comes out if he comes out from Nature's Guys. But yeah, it isn't set up for the Sunstrike.
Yeah, but
Just
I
yet.
don't think we're going to see a Trained here because
Yeah.
you usually so Trained, Monkey King, Bounty Hunter, Earth Spirit, and to a certain extent Night Stalker. I'd say these are your roaming heroes or your roaming
Yeah.
supports that most teams pick up. In this case, Entity has the Monkey King for their roamer, Standin 5 has the Bounty Hunter. Entity's now picked up their babysitter in the form of the Crystal Maiden. I guess it's a decent pick. Entity, I mean, with the Crystal Maiden and the Legion Commander, it gives her a
Dire
lot of
team's turn to
survivability in the lane, a lot of sustainability in the lane, enough mana to rush those, press the attacks every now and then. But barring that, I'm not too certain if the Crystal Maiden pick is very justified because she is fairly squishy and is a
10 seconds
prime
remaining.
target for that Bounty Hunter to go hunting with the Invoker Sunstrike.
5 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
definitely. The Bounty Hunter will have his sight sets.
Radiant
His sight
team's turn to ban.
He will be focusing on the Crystal Maiden whenever he can. Mid lane, Shadow Fiend, also somebody he can be an absolute nuisance for with the Invokers. So, well, Crystal Maiden is going to be
Dire
spending a
team's
lot
turn
of
to
that
ban.
gold on sentries early on. What do you think of the Silencer pick, however? Is it...
I'm not too sure what to make of this. Silencer is one of those heroes that's very... I mean, you've got to have a personal preference for that hero to actually pick it up in a situation
10
like
seconds
this.
remaining.
I guess it adds value in the sense that when the LC jumps in
5
with the
seconds
duel, there may
remaining.
not be any follow-ups with the global silence pop, but that... I don't know if it's a real fair comparison to make because duel has a cooldown of 50 seconds, global silence has a 130 second cooldown, which essentially means that you can run 2 duels for every global silence that's popped.
Yeah, it's a bit of a overkill. I mean, and I'm thinking if not the team fight that Silencer brings, is he really bringing something so unique to the lane for Standard 5? And I don't see it just yet. I mean, sure, he can harass the Legion Commander, but if he gets too close to the creeps or too close to the Legion Commander, I can easily see him trading hits and coming out on top. It's not even that he deals well with the vision coming out from the Monkey King in any manner.
Yeah, I agree. I think you kind of nailed it there with the vision point, Vivek. They definitely need a Beastmaster or a Night Stalker or something along those lines, but sadly they just don't have the room for it anymore in their ranks.
Speaking of Beastmaster, a lot of the Premiership season number 1, well, Standin 5 did pick a lot of Beastmaster in that first season, and if I'm not mistaken, Khan's played it a fair bit. Not sure if they're thinking of a Beastmaster this game as well.
Khan's on the ranks though.
No, Khan's isn't. I mean, Khan's has moved over to a new squad.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
Alright.
But fun fact, A35 is still playing this game for Entity Esports. I mean,
I think I don't know if there's a rule about having 3 Indians in your roster or what, but no, actually, the ESL in your Premiership is open to everyone. Because I remember a team, I remember a bunch of teams that were not Indian in the previous edition.
Yeah.
Even we had the council from
5
Bangladesh
seconds
coming down.
remaining.
We had.
I think that was by
we
invite.
had
I think that was by invite, but
Reserve
Yeah,
time.
that's true.
even the CS team was by invite. I mean,
But then again, we did have Supernatural.int winning one of the starter cups, and they were a Malaysian squad, I believe. So
Okay.
there is definitely no, or at least I'm pretty certain there's no rule against the number of Indian players that you have in your ranks. It is, after all, an ESL tournament, and ESL is a global organization.
right. Anyway, Standin 5, they're missing a lot of lockdown right now. In fact, unless this is a Quasvax Invoker who's going to be participating early on in a lot of fights, they have no lockdown at the moment.
10 seconds
Silencer
left.
could
Decided?
be a core. There's a slim chance, and yes, I've been proven wrong. Season number 2 starting off on a great note for me personally. But yeah, I like the Entity Esports lineup here.
This Weaver is definitely going to be a nuisance here, but I think that's where the silencer comes in. But again, where's the lockdown on Standin 5? There isn't a single straight stun in their ranks. That last pick Weaver just throws a complete nail in Standin 5's coffin. And that last pick Clinks, I don't know, man. I think Ice has just been inspired by watching RTZ over and over again in the Cave Major. I don't really see too many reasons to pick up the Clinks here. They should have gone with something a little unconventional, but something like with a straight stun, something like the Sven perhaps as their final pickup. They needed some sort of straight up lockdown versus that Weaver, and they have none right now.
I agree with you there. The challenger, if any, for Entity Esports is to make sure that they're on top of the vision game. With two heroes that can move around the map freely in the Klings and the Bounty Hunter, all they have to take care of is vision and positioning. And this game should be theirs. They've got everything they need in the draft. And yeah, speaking of vision, Jabeezy starting off. Job Easy. I'm not. I mean, his other name is Job. So let's just call him Job Easy. I like Job.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are just tuning in once more, we have the great Indian pause coming up at the ESL India Premiership Master League.
Some things never change, CloudX.
It will never change. I think they're just doing this to pay respect to Edition 1. But yeah.
What else was unique about Edition 1? The great Indian pause, and
I mean, there was that moment where someone decided to bloodlust the throne. I don't know if you remember that, but
Where can our viewers catch that moment? That was purely epic.
I wish I remember which game that was, but it was at a LAN. You and I were sitting in the Nordwind offices casting, so I think it was the qualifiers running up to the Masters or something along those lines. And some idiot decided it would be a great idea to bloodlust a throne in a base race. We lost it there, man. We completely lost it. I wish that board is available on the ESL India channel. I'm pretty sure it's there. We just have to dig through the boards and find it. But yeah, for those of you wondering who we are, I'm CloudX, and with me I've got Vivek. We're casting on behalf of AFP Gaming here at the ESL India Premiership. We were around for most of the last season as well, and we had Gambit joining us there as well. He will be coming back sometime in May.
Yeah.
But for now, we're watching Entity Esports, the international squad, going up against Standin 5. We have another pause. This time it's packet loss, courtesy Patrick.
The Indian server, where you can no more find ranked matchmaking. And
are we on the Indian server?
Yep.
Alright. I, for one, have never had any problems with the Indian server, I'll tell you that. I don't think I've ever experienced an issue playing on the Indian server, and I really don't understand what the fuss is when everyone is complaining about them, because the only issue I've really had is that it takes really long for me to find a game, but that's because my MMR is absurdly inflated at the moment.
My MMR isn't inflated, and even I can't find games. Okay, it's deflated. Yeah. So there is a problem with the Indian server.
Low priority kind of does that to you, Vivek.
What is A35 playing here? I'm just curious. Is he...
He's on the Legion Commander.
Okay.
We've actually got Monkey King posing as a courier looking to snipe the enemy courier. Look at this. Nice. Very cheeky play coming out. I believe this is BDZ. I'm not too sure how to pronounce his name. That courier's being a ninja. They know what's up, but is he going to get this anyway? Oh, he's going to get it. One more hit will do it, and there's the courier snipe. God, they should really have some sort of rules around their names, man. This guy has no vowels in his name. How is that even allowed? No, yeah. What's stopping someone from just putting like 7 Fs in a name and coming out the next time? Ridiculous.
I think we're going to get a lot more international players coming into the Indian scene over time, and this is going to be a problem for us. But yeah, we'll just deal with it. And somehow, in the middle of a team fight, say BDZ pops a Wukong's command.
BDZ. We're just going to call him BDZ. But if memory serves correctly, there was another BDZ. I think that was a US-based player. Or am I confusing this with BZZ, the guy with that ridiculously rubbish Pugna set?
That's BZZ.
Yeah, it's BZZ and his eternal Pugna set. Anyway.
So Abing is the one Filipino player who's missing from this match.
Yeah, but I don't think he's arrived yet.
Hasn't he arrived? I thought he did.
No, I think the coach has arrived along with.
I mean, Entru. Is that how you say it?
Entru. Not too sure.
I mean, that's got a vowel and that's still hard. But yeah, he's been there since the previous major qualifiers. I know he was coaching them back then when No Chance was on the team as well. I remember asking No Chance about this. I told him I really like this move. You remember that series where No Chance played a lot of Legion in the offlane, and then they would do their thing where they would pop a level 1 smoke and
then
wrap
around here.
Yeah, and hide somewhere around there. So yeah, No Chance said that was our coach's idea.
I mean, great idea and great strategy, no doubt. But they did that almost every single game once they got their hands on it.
Right.
Eventually, they got figured out and destroyed.
And I think the first time they went out was to White Rice Gaming.
Okay, so the manager Sid Joshi says it's BDZ.
Okay.
Many more vowels than we anticipated initially. Anyway, we've got some time on our hands. Let's do the old school introductions once again. On the side of Standin 5, we've got M on the Invoker. Pashu's going to be handling the Bounty Hunter. RC will be playing that Abaddon. You've got Silencer in the hand.
Aisht.
I'm trying to figure out why
There he is.
For some reason, I can't click on their portraits. Just I hope my mouse isn't failing me. No. My mouse is fine.
Okay. Anyways, on the other side of the river, the new entity squad with Job Easy on the Crystal Maiden, BDZ on the Monkey King, Blizzard on the Weaver, Swifty going to the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane, and A35 going to the safe lane with his Legion commander. And yeah, for folks just tuning in 38 seconds into the game, you did miss a courier snipe, but nothing other than that. Pashu on the Bounty Hunter was trying to micro the courier, did act as a pseudo courier himself, walked all the way to the mid lane to deliver something. But yeah, Monkey King didn't manage to get that courier snipe. It's something we started, I mean, the earliest record I have of this is this video where Viha would, in pubs, pretty much use Mischief, morph into a courier and get a snipe every now and then.
Yeah, unfortunately,
is shit.
And that's just
painful.
Cancer, man. Painful. Painful is putting it mildly.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, I'm always the one playing the middle lane when you're playing those roaming heroes, and instead of coming and scoring a kill, you're usually coming and feeding both of us to the opponents. So
I'm getting there.
I'm just kidding, Vivek. I'm sorry, man. I had to throw you under the bus.
I agree with you because I am cancer in ranked matchmaking. That party ranked matchmaking, I take my solo matchmaking very seriously. But when it comes to party games, I'm just like, screw it. I'm just going to have fun. I'm going to kick Nishant into the fountain if I'm an Earth Spirit. I'm going to come to the mid lane and impale somebody who CloudX is Astral. And all that stuff. That's just things we do. But I have a lot of fun playing those games. And yeah, speaking of those games, I mean, we've got Punk, who's making a comeback into the scene. Some of these old players coming back into the Dota scene for various reasons. And it looks like we have a great season coming up. We have plenty of tournaments. ESL is all fun. And yeah, good competitive Dota and CSGO. If I'm not mistaken, CSGO is being done by the boys at So Strong. So I'm not too sure what the schedule is. But yeah, you can look for updates on the ESL India Premiership Facebook page. We've got 100 viewers watching in right now.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. I think it's great, right? I mean, the community we gave them YouTube, they're responding.
So what's a little worrisome is that when we were on Twitch, folks said, why is this on Twitch? Why not on YouTube? Now that we're on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, we're getting comments, why isn't this on Twitch? Okay.
See, the solution is, even if we come to your houses and cast for you personally, you're not going to be
television,
happy. Man. Television. Then somebody will say, why is it not on a movie screen?
Why do I have to pay for this?
Why do I have to buy Tata Sky to watch ESL? Yeah, but we've had a better response, definitely. It's been a great start. Everybody wants to know how the new entity roster is going to perform. I'm curious as hell. I I'm curious to see how they shuffle players as well. And I haven't seen Swifty play Shadow Fiend in a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
But yeah. I mean, it's been a long time since we've seen Entity play at all, for that matter. So.
You know what? We have some time. Let's look at all the talents. I think it's always worth taking a refresher course in talents. Let's start off with the Abaddon.
Okay, let's have. I mean, this is Dota is such a buggy game. When you're paused, you can't apparently click on the portrait.
Okay, let's look at Shadow Fiend start.
I don't know if this is a pause issue or this is just an issue because I clicked the camera button inside the lobby. So we'll have to wait and find out.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. Let's look at the talents for now. You got Abaddon with EXP gain, damage on one side at level 10. You've got armor, mana on the other. Yeah, I think you take. Yeah, I think you definitely take.
You're not going to be hitting that plus 25 so much. But what does the EXP gain lead to? Plus 5 armor or plus 200 mana? I have a question on EXP gain. Is it EXP gain for every unit you kill or every kill that happens in your area? Or is it just EXP over time? I think it's EXP over time.
No, it's
is it per unit?
So first of all, you don't get EXP over time.
Right.
If you sit in your fountain, no Dota god is going to bless you with
it's per unit, correct.
Exactly. This isn't wisdom, man. You don't get more of it with age. You actually have to go out and kill shit to get experience. So it's with every unit kill, of course.
Hi, Satan. Sahil Manohar.
So Blair is asking if he can jump in here. We can fluff all day. He said.
I don't mind. Let's get Blaine.
I'm worried though, man. So if it was just Blair, I'd be cool. But we're probably gonna go on this horrible tangent discussing women's body parts and all that jazz.
That was just the first thing that came to your mind, and I don't know why that was the first thing that came to your mind. Anyways, okay, so plus 20 EXP gain that leads to plus 5 armor or plus 200 mana. In this setup, I would go with the plus 5. But what's his mana pool like? Anyways.
Yeah, I know you guys can hear my keyboard. This is
this is a nice little typewriter, not a keyboard.
It's a very noisy typewriter mech keyboard. So I've had it for years now. And the only reason I've had it for years is because I can't afford a new one, man. If I could afford a new one, trust me, I'd get a quieter one, guys. But
why do people buy these keyboards? I mean, this is what professional gamers buy. Does it have some better response time?
I mean, it just feels really good to poof with Meepo, man, and hear the noise.
Right. Okay, so the next talent at level 15 is plus 5 armor, plus 200 mana.
This is a tough choice, but I'd almost always go to mana. Choice.
And considering you're not building any mana items in the offlane,
I mean, how much more survivable do you want to make this guy anyway, right? If you're debating whether...
But there's a lot of minus armor coming out from Entity in this game.
But even then, you're debating whether 5 armor is more valuable than possibly 2 aphotic shields. Or the mana to cast 2 more aphotic shields.
I think the shields. That's why you go with the mana.
You go with the mana.
15% cooldown reduction or plus 25% movement speed.
Definitely the cooldown reduction, man. I don't even think that's a debate here.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
But I think if you're the kind of Abaddon who's running down people with Curse of Awareness.
Awareness? Really? Curse of
Awareness.
Awareness?
Awareness. In a furnace.
Awareness. Well done, Vivek. You just butchered the Abaddon's name, man.
Yeah, anyway, so...
This is by far one of the coolest characters in the game and you butchered his name.
It looks like if Winder Wyvern was a horse, he's riding it right now.
He looks like that guy from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, he does. Those...
Nazgûl? Is that what
I think so. They're also crows, right?
Crows? Now we're talking about Game of Thrones, man.
Okay. I thought they morph as well. Can you guys show the last hit statistics? I mean, there's not much to show. We
do have the last hit stats open up. They should be shown on your screen. I'm not sure if this is a bug with what the broadcaster watches and what we watch, but yeah, anyway, for those of you that can't see it, we have it open here on our side. It's 2-1 in favor of the Invoker, and that's basically it. Monkey King has 1 creep kill, which happened to be a courier, and then you've got Weaver with 1 kill.
Hold on, are we missing something here? Why can't anybody see the last hits? I hope our feed is coming through to you.
It definitely is. I can just take a look at the live stream ourselves. Power of Alt Tab.
Yeah, it's there, right?
No, something is blocked. It isn't showing up.
Should we do a quick reconnect? I don't know.
I don't think that'll help. I think whoever's observing is going to have to manually drop it down and then eventually switch over to the net worth chart, which is what we look at. But anyway, guys, we'll try and cast without that information on your screens for now. We've taken enough of a look at a bad man. I think it's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
What he goes
What do you get at level 25 quickly?
Oh man, that's actually the hardest choice. But it's not a hard choice because they're both great talents. It's a hard choice because they're both just mediocre talents. You don't know which one is the better one.
I think plus 25 strength.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the plus 25 strength as well. 300 for the shield health is tempting though. But in the ultra late game phase, it's essentially 1.5 to 2 shots from the enemy DPS hero.
Yeah. Okay, whose talent should we look at? What are Kling's talents?
I have to actually manually navigate to Kling's, and then you can't even left click on the guy. You have to actually draw a box around him so that you can select him.
Yeah.
Some strange bugs happening here in Dota. Anyway. Magic resistance or intelligence? That is a difficult choice indeed. I mean, probably, but in this particular game, I'd probably go for the intelligence pickup.
Really? I was going to say magic resistance.
I mean, what's the real magic damage output here?
I mean, there is a fair bit.
I mean, if Shadow King is going to get a Requiem off on you, the 10% isn't going to make much of a difference. You're going to die anyway.
Right, but
you need HP to
raise or do or press the attack or...
But 10% is actually
I mean, overwhelming odds.
Is 10% really tempting?
But what does the 10 intelligence get you? I mean... Mana to use skeleton walk more. I mean, you use that judiciously as
you kind of do run out of mana when you're popping shearing arrows and strafes, right?
Right.
So
but if you're building to Threads Aquila, do you think you still need that plus 10? I mean,
yeah, you probably don't.
I mean, by the time you're level 10, if you're a core, you should have Threads Aquila and a magic stick or one. And wouldn't survivability maybe be better at that point? I don't know.
So Kling's actually has some decent intelligence gain. Oh, never mind. He's got terrible intelligence gain. I'm now looking at the Weaver who gets plus... Okay, he gets 1.8 per level. Kling's gets... How much does he get per level? He gets 1.5 per level. So it's very mediocre. So maybe you do go for the intelligence talent to make up for some of that lost mana pool. It's a tough call. It's a tough call, definitely.
I think this game especially, I would choose magic resistance, but this is actually why I'm a caster of unworthy MMR and I'm spectating Standin 5 and Entity. But yeah, anyways, next talent. This is one long pause.
Yeah, this is a really long pause. Job Easy says Namaste India. Namaste to you as well. Welcome.
That's the first time. Okay, never mind. Not completing that. Next talent. Plus 30 searing arrows damage.
Yeah, no doubt.
Brainless, in my opinion.
Well, then you go for evasion. Yeah, you go for evasion. Look at this game.
You go for evasion. Yeah, absolutely. And that plus 10 all stats at level 20. I don't think it's going to make.
And then I'd pick the attack range talent. At level 25, do you really want to get more attack speed over and above? You'd rather have that range, stay the hell away. That's the point when you're sieging buildings from the low ground anyway.
Okay.
So you probably pick up the range talent and then you pound away and start taking down buildings.
But if it's not about buildings and doing damage to the enemy, and if you're considering a Hurricane Pike, and I don't know, strafe attack speed is tempting.
Job Easy likes the biryani and the chicken tikka masala.
4 days straight.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we have another great cool drink called Eno. Please try that out. It's fun.
It's
look at the politeness. We have Filipinos in our game. Let's all be polite and sporting and nice. Reach cafe just a minute. Sorry to make you wait so long. I think that's nice. Wow, it looks good. Try Murg Musallam.
He's actually Googling
Murg Musallam
now. Yeah, the way to win Indian.
I think Filipinos are very entertaining people in general.
There's a lot
you cast a lot of SEA games.
I love casting Filipino games, man. They have the most supportive fan base. They're the guys that always tune in on our live streams, and they are the only guys that actually come and say nice things on our live streams for a change. They're the guys that you'd always, whenever we're doing a Europe game, we'd have guys coming in, curry caster, this, that, typical Twitch mentality. But whenever we're doing SCA games and there's a Filipino team, they're always like, oh, thank you so much for covering this game. It's a pleasure to have an English streamer, blah, 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 blah.
It's partly because they're used to Cyclops, but yeah, I mean, they're very nice people.
Yeah, I definitely do enjoy casting Filipino games.
Girls, my most favorite main course, Swifty. Okay, without a doubt, this is the best all chat ever of the ESL India Premiership. I don't know what comes ahead. I'm waiting with bated breath for one's ebbing to join this crazy party that is Entity Esports.
I can only imagine what's going on in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I wonder what the rules are like behind pauses and disconnections.
Oh, there were rules, right? I mean, in Season 1, there was...
You know what would be really next level? To avoid disruptions like this and, messed up matches and series like this.
The
ESL India Premiership, I can definitely see this happening like 5, maybe 2 or 3 seasons down the line. One of their partners or sponsors becomes a cafe partner. Someone preferably with like a franchise across India, and then those become hubs to play
like LXG.
So, I mean, whoever has like
they
a pan-India presence. I don't think anyone has a pan-India presence right now, but I hear guys like Havoc Nation are now starting to open up many more cafes across tier 1 cities at least. So if we had something like a Mineski chain of cafes in India, that would be the ideal hub to tie up with. So whenever you've got like a Premiership match coming up, you essentially have free passage into the cafe to play that 1 hour slot for your game. And what it essentially does is it allows the cafe to monetize off of you by pulling in more fans and spectators that come in to watch these guys play. And it also allows them to create some great content that they can use for marketing.
That is a brilliant business plan. Actually, somebody should do this.
But for that, you need like someone with a very, very deep wallet that can open up a cafe in pretty much every tier 1 city in India. And someone that's also got the right mindset. To
but it's not just every tier 1 city, right? I mean, there are players in the Northeast. I mean, the Northeast is huge.
Of course, you start with the tier 1
They have to... You can do that, but they probably have to travel. And in fact, it's those far-flung regions that suffer from worse internet.
True. That is true.
Along with Bombay, which just suffers from bad internet for no reason at all.
Yeah, can confirm, man.
Can confirm, yeah.
As Bombay-based streamers, we can't find good internet without...
I can't play chess online, man. What are you talking about? All chat. It's so much fun. Why were we looking at talents?
In all seriousness, though, do you actually play chess?
I do.
Let me rephrase. Are you any good at it?
Let's play. I don't know.
How are you so terrible at Dota if you claim to be okay at chess, man? It's a game of strategy, right? At the end of the day, it's a game of multitasking strategy, and
I think the mechanical skills are different. You just have to lift a piece and move it in chess. But in Dota, you have to do a lot more. Like actually press multiple buttons at once.
I mean, those speed chess guys would beg to differ, man.
I mean, when you're tied on time, you have to walk in and press the V button. It's like really, really hard. Or the R button, what if I don't know what legacy or non-legacy.
There's a guy called Maid Eater on chat.
Mail Eater.
Maid Eater.
Mail Eater.
Oh, welcome to our stream, Shiny.
Hi, Shiny Oja.
Oh man, we have no filter, man. This stream has just gone completely NSFW. Alright, Job Easy says you owe me a biryani for this.
I wonder where they're getting the biryani from. I mean, I know that the entity house is in Santa Cruz. Swiggy definitely...
There's a place called Rajasthan quite nearby, man.
Okay.
It's in Khar, and that place has some slamming biryani.
Nice. Disruption, you can give him biryanis, but you got to give us biryanis as well. I mean, we're hungry too. It's 7:40. We're sitting waiting.
I mean, I've just had my milkshake, man. I'm okay.
Yeah, we should take them to Kevinter's.
You know, if there was one brand that I would endorse for next to nothing, it's Kevinter's, man. Like, even if they give me like a 10% discount coupon, I would sell my soul for those guys. I absolutely love their product.
Mm-hmm. Listen, let's not talk about food. Everybody's going to start getting hungry. It's almost that point in the day. Everybody on stream is going to get angry and irritated. And they're already asking us, why are you not on Twitch? It's just going to get worse now.
I think we are on Twitch though. I think we're
so
everywhere.
Are we on Twitch, YouTube and Facebook at the same time?
Can we? Yeah, let's just all tab and check. It's not like we've got anything better to do here.
I think we are on Twitch for one reason.
What is your one reason?
One reason is ESL has a thing with Twitch. I mean, all ESL tournaments come on Twitch.
No, I don't think we are on Twitch.
They have, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see us online on Twitch today. Well, that's okay. You can watch us on Facebook, YouTube.
We should have both the caster play 1v1.
I'm up for that, Vivek.
I'm up for that. It's not going to last too long, but I'm up for that.
I mean, one-on-ones are very unpredictable now.
They are actually. Anything can happen in a one-on-one, but I think if we both play the same hero, I think I'd beat you.
At least keep a straight face while you say that, man.
I tried.
I think I'd beat you. 6 teeth out of mouth.
There were rules on coming late to games. I don't know if there are rules for pauses. But yeah, this game started at 7:05 or 7:10. It's 7:40 now. I'm sure Job Easy is just going to be ordering some biryani for himself, putting his legs up in those boxes of his classic Filipino thing to do.
Now, Disruption says Dota nahi ho raha.
What does that mean?
Dota is not happening. Technically, that's the translation.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but
I don't know what
Dota
that
not
means.
opening is...
It's not happening, bro.
It's not happening.
If you're from South Bombay, sorted, bro.
Sorted, bro.
It's not happening, bro.
Bhaiya, taxi.
Taxi.
Taxi. Bandra chaloge.
Only Bombay kids will understand.
I think Delhi kids will get it too. The taxi thing is very Delhi actually. There is a...
Kanto's sister's channel is also missing that chicken tikka masala. Job Easy, come on, man.
Where to find girls?
Yeah, I like how he blames PDZ.
Ask Swifty easy. Swifty's contact list. So, because you're all tuned in, and we now...
Wait, they just called GG. Please tell me this isn't for real.
Oh, what an ending.
Close game.
Close game. Well played. Long fought base race. Nobody knew who was going to win. This is like EG versus IG at the KM Major. My name is Toby Wan. With me is Mrin. We are done for the day. Chal, let's go get biryani.
Toby Wan, it seems. Not even Toby half, bro.
And not even one, whatever that is. But yeah, anyways, I mean, you still got some time, so I'm just going to keep yapping. But I really wanted the game to happen.
I want the game to happen.
I still want it to happen.
But I don't know, man. What a horrible way to start if it ends up being a default loss.
Yeah, there comes Blizzard. Enough of the biryani and Swifty's female pursuits. Admin, we've been waiting for 20 minutes. Get me back my time.
I'm actually proud that we haven't gone to a break yet, man.
A break?
At this point, we'd have probably thrown it over to production and says, all yours, buddy, but
yeah,
it is the first game of the season. We've been dry for a long time as well.
Yeah.
I refuse to shut up. I'm sorry, Workaholic. You're going to have to deal with our voices for a little longer. We're going to talk about everything from the Milky Way galaxy to the color of my socks. But we will not give you the opportunity to put on a splash screen. In game, yay!
Hold on, what?
Finally.
In game?
Finally.
So we won't find out what color your socks are today, but we've got a game of Dota. Entity versus Standin 5. Both teams which have been around for a while, and if I'm not mistaken, Swifty played in Standin 5 a while ago? A while ago?
No.
What was the team he played
Swifty
in?
played with Surek Gaming. And before that, I think he was in XRG.
Okay.
I think there's another match happening simultaneously as well.
Another Dota match?
Yeah, I think it's a Nepal versus India matchup. I'm not too sure. But actually, there's a ton of matches happening at the same time, because the way the format of the Premiership is you basically got a starter tier, a challenger tier, and a master tier.
Mm-hmm.
Each tier has a phase where they play for about 14 and 15 days. I might get the numbers wrong. At the end of that phase, you then have a playoff. That playoff determines whether you get promoted from a starter to a challenger or a challenger to a master, or whether you get relegated in the other order.
Okay.
The teams at the end of the entire season, that is at the end of 3 phases, will end up making it to the LAN where they can compete for the largest bit of prize money. And I also believe that teams in the Masters League win money for every game that they actually win in that league. So there's a lot of incentive to keep winning over and over again, so that you can basically stack up a whole pile of cash by the end of it.
Wow.
It's possibly the ideal format that the Indian scene could have asked for, because A, it promotes stability in your rosters, B, it promotes consistent performance, and C, it basically ensures that only the best teams get paid and remain at the top of the ladder. I remember brainstorming this with the Northern team and the So Strong team, and it took us, I think, a whole day basically to come up with something close to what the current format is.
Mm-hmm.
Huge props to Northern for actually refining those ideas and making it happen.
I remember being outside that very room drinking milkshake and reading a book. But yeah, that is a very legit format. I mean, to play with the best, you have to be one of the best. It's like MMR for teams, right?
Yeah.
You have to earn your MMR, and when you win at a higher MMR, you're basically going to get paid just for winning.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's one big playoff.
Absolutely.
Where the best teams play.
And that it really does mean that only the best and the most consistent teams made it to a LAN. And if you win at that LAN, you can very confidently say that, yes, I am the best team in the country, or among all the ESL India Premiership participants. Also, don't hold me to this, but I am expecting a lot more Southeast Asian teams to sign up in the next phase, or at least in the next season of the ESL India Premiership.
Mm-hmm.
We've all read the news about...
What's the next phase?
Phase 2.
What is phase 1?
This is phase 1.
So, I mean, what is the progression?
So phase 1...
There are 3 phases, which all are just identical?
3 phases, pretty much identical. At the end of each phase, there's a promotion or relegation to determine which league you'll play in the next phase.
So the third phase is the culmination of phase 1 and 2?
No, yeah, the third phase it's exactly the same as phase 1 and phase 2. It's just that the folks in the Masters League at the end of phase 3 will essentially make it to the LAN.
So how are you decided which phase you put it?
So Masters has invited teams, challengers were for applications.
Oh, we're back.
And starters were essentially for everyone that was new to the game or new to competing in the game. But yeah, we are back. They said go because the bounty hunter will join along the way. So for now, they're just gonna let him stay AFK near his tree line here. This is a bold move. But for those of you that have stuck around, a big thank you. I see 96 people still watching this on YouTube. Not bad at all. And we do finally have a game on our hands. Let's take a look at bottom lane. You have Iced, who's walking around with 3 tangos in his stash. He's doing a lot of damage here on Blizzard. Does Blizzard actually have tangos? Yeah, he's got a lot of tangos to work with, but no salve. That could prove to be a problem.
Any thoughts on the stick straight away? On Blizzard?
It's
hopes to deal with the arcane costs?
It's probably because they are running an offensive tri lane. So there's bound to be more spells being thrown out, and in a try versus try scenario. And of course more regen when more spells are thrown out there. Bounty Hunter is still AWOL, by the way. He hasn't shown back into this game. Parshu is just being microed by someone on his team here.
Yeah, I think considering the Invoker lost his career, he's got the Bounty Hunter to work with now. But bot lane, BDZ, I said it right this time. He uses the mischief, gets away, but won't get too far. Job Easy is there with the root, however, on the Klings. And an Arcane Curse, is it going to be enough though? Job Easy forced to run away, regretting that biryani he had earlier today. And Blizzard trying his very best. He's got the Scarabs onto the Silencer.
Oh, this could be a double.
Double,
he
no
didn't get the Scroochie on ice. He actually didn't have vision on him. So. Okay, ends up being a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Standin 5. I still think it works out well for them, considering that the Silencer walks away with the intelligence. And yeah, things are bugged out. I never should have pressed that camera button. I can no longer navigate to players by clicking on their portraits on top. Lovely. Dota is broken.
Gosh, you have to do this every time in the middle of a fight. It's gonna be fun.
Alrighty then.
Boots first silencer?
Bounty.
Wow, Boots and Winless. I think he scored a kill, if I'm not mistaken.
But they're still playing 4 versus 5. I really don't know how well this bodes for Standin 5. They're playing against what could be India's best team at the moment. And they're doing it with a player short. It's so ballsy coming out from them. But they seem to be doing okay for now, because on top lane, RC's got himself 12 CS versus the 12 on entities A35. RC doesn't have any more consumables though. Look at his ambitious quick buy, man. He's got a Midas, he's got phase boots, he's got a Radiance, all just queued up in one go.
I think the point is, when you have unreliable gold and you know you're going to die, furiously right click in that corner of your map and you'll score something. Maybe you get a relic, maybe you get Blades of Attack, but yeah. That's what seems to be the plan. But Bounty Hunter is back in the game. And Monkey King DDZ, he's pretty committed to this bot lane.
He does have a point in the Primal Spring though, so he could consider making a play on ice. But they have the dust as well. They could definitely score a kill here. Yay, he's back.
Yeah, he's back.
It is a 5-on-5 and already Pashu going straight into action, starting to harass Swifty. Swifty, however, turns around. Oh, he misses the raise. He could actually die here if he's not careful. Sunstrike. Oh! Swifty dodges it. That was way too close for comfort. Back at bottom. Now they should know that Ice is more or less alone here. And there we go. They're gonna jump in. Primal Spring, Dust Pop as well. This is gonna run forward. Job Easy follows them through. No more mana on Ice. This is almost certainly a death for him. The question is who will get the kill. Being Blitz claims it well. 835 ends up scoring the kill on RC even in death. On the top side of the map.
Bottom tower's got problems.
BDZ, he's got the Jingo Mastery stacks. If he wants, he could play a bit greedy and go after the Silencer here. But yeah, it is early on in the game and Klings will respawn shortly. TP back to that lane there. Not saying the lane synergy here, but we've got a rotation coming up from the Bounty Hunter. Can possibly go after the Crystal Maiden. Yeah, no sentries yet. I don't see a sentry on the map just yet.
No, they actually just carried the dust on the Monkey King. So they were relying on the dust to score the kill, which they did manage to get on the Klings. Well, it's 3 for 3 now, and it does look like Entity is taking the lead in terms of net worth and EXP. I think that's primarily because of what 50 is doing here in the middle lane. 29 and 14. Even the top side, actually, 835 is just dominating his lane. Oh, he's probably going to score a kill here. He doesn't have the overwhelming odds though. That's going to make his life a little tougher.
It is extremely hard to lane against a Legion Commander, especially when he's backed up with the aura coming out from the Crystal Maiden. Just spamming the overwhelming odds continuously one after another. And Abaddon really doesn't have enough mana to keep himself alive with your shield. Anyways, bot lane. Job Easy, he's got the Arcane Curse on him. Pashu running forward with the Skeleton Walk. Actually, sorry, it's the Bounty Hunter. And it looks like Disruption did get the kill. Lizard with the Sukuchi did manage to find one in return on the Silencer. And the Arcane Curse wasn't enough. So, support for a support here. Not sure if Entity wanted to be giving away any kills.
I think that still favors Standin 5 really, because it is the Silencer getting that bonus intelligence once more, stealing the intelligence away from the Crystal Maiden. So not a bad move at all. Oh, but Pashu spotted by the sentry wards, brought down by Swifty. Swifty is just hanging around. Disruption takes a beating. The Boundless Strike though misses from BDZ. The Sunstrike will not miss, but it's still not enough to score the kill. Swifty survives.
A lot of pressure here on Swifty in the mid lane. He's already used the Shrine. So he's been forced to walk back to base, probably to the closest shrine and heal up and get back. But yeah, the game is action-packed early on. It's been a great start to the ESL India Premiership. And once again, Abaddon. Not much he can do. Legion has moved into the jungle, so he's fine for the time being.
Let's have a look at Pashu again. He's coming in towards that mid with his sentry ward at the ready. And he does want to get this D ward off before going for a kill. M ends up taking a shadow race to the face. Here comes Pashu. They do have the slow coming out from the Janara. The Sunstrike is there. Swifty should go down here. He doesn't take anyone down with him. And again, the silencer steals intelligence. This is 7 minutes in and he's got 6 bonus intelligence. As a support, he's going to be packing quite a punch with those Glades of Wisdom.
Yeah, we all spoke about how Standin 5 were lacking in lockdown here, but they're managing to come out on top in the laning phase. And I'm a bit surprised, honestly. I thought it should be Entity who should be coming out on top. I guess Entity just played a bit cautious, wait for A35 on the Legion to pick up his blink and maybe play around that. Or maybe around whatever vision the Bounty Hunter secures them. But yeah, RC, he's finding his footing in this top lane here bit by bit. But bottom lane, they've got the clings, the kill they wanted, they get a core.
Not much good's happening to
the disruption walking around with the double damage rune.
He's gonna walk straight into Blizzard. He knows that he's there. Oh, who's gonna find who first? Blizzard. It is almost maxed out GPT, so he will be able to escape.
Disruption had the dust, I mean, but chose not to use it. Not sure if he could catch up with the Viva. I mean, you've got boots and a windlace. What more can you ask for? Top lane, Boundless Strike. Sunstrike is there as well. It will miss on A35. There's the Jingu Mastery. And Pashu will end up falling to the overwhelming odds. One quick race from Swifty. And Entity spoke 2 quick kills.
Yeah, not bad at all from them. That Boundless Strike really helped him to slow things down. They couldn't keep the chase going. The Sunstrike missing on A35 also.
Yeah.
Quite the problem causer.
That was a really close Sunstrike. I think it was a matter of pixels and A35 just managed to walk out of it. For those of you on chat asking if it's streaming on Twitch, no, it isn't. It's on YouTube, lag-free, at the resolution of your choice.
And on Facebook as well.
And on Facebook as well.
Alright, looking back at the middle lane, has he completed his Midas? Nope, M is still ways off from it. He's at 1550 gold, he got the Midas. He's just got himself about 1100 gold right now. He is level 7. Let's compare that with the Shadow Fiend, who's also at level 7. So despite the SF getting himself a couple of kills, it is the Invoker that's not falling too far behind either. Job easy. His Crystal Maiden's doing alright for now. She's got 2 deaths and 2 assists to her name. Pashu has started out this movement coming out from Swifty, so he knows where they are. And that'll allow Ice to back away. They haven't used the scan though, so they're not convinced that he's in there. What have you done, man? He just walked straight into a sentry ward and got himself slaughtered.
Yeah, they used their Brushed as well, but Klings did get out of there. And this should be an easy tier 1 coming up from Entity. Doing the classic blitz play, diving into the safe lane tower, just looping around it. And there's not much that Standin can do in response, but M, he's trying to make a trade happen here, but Invoker with Alacrity, not sure if it's enough. And Swifty should be able to come back and defend that tower. He's always going to have the lanes pushed out with the razors. BDZ, how's he doing on that Monkey King? He's certainly getting his levels, getting his farm as well somewhere across the map. He's got his face boots, 4-man shield as well. Not
Does he
too
go
bad.
for the solo crest here, or does he just go straight for like a basher?
Regeneration.
Oh, good stuff coming out from M there actually, getting the regen while under cover of the Ghost Bomb, but Blizzard will manage to get the kill on the Silencer. Doesn't look like he can go forward any further. There's 2 Invis heroes, and now that I look at this lineup, a gem would add so much value for both sides.
Yeah, Entity do need a gem soon enough. Yeah, border time being triggered. Blizzard looking for more here. Does break the shield, uses the Sukuchi. RC, not much he can do. Does pop the shield, turns around. Blizzard doesn't have time lapse here. The Sunstrike will just miss. Blizzard sidesteps it beautifully, and here comes BDZ, scoring a double kill with the Wukong's command and the Boundless Strike. And for the time being, Standin 5 will just back out. That's a support Monkey King, CloudX, doing that much damage this early on.
Jai Hanuman.
Jai Hanuman.
That was, I mean, that's just dirty to watch, man. When a support can walk in and double kill your other two supports. He brought down 2 supports, right?
I mean, he got the Abaddon and...
Abaddon's a core.
I mean, Abaddon's a core, but he was low. But yeah, he's doing significant...
I don't want to blame the hero. That was just really good positioning coming out.
Oh, here comes the Monkey King once again. There is the duel on the Abaddon. I'm not sure... Okay, Water Time was on cooldown. Yeah. A35 keeping tabs with cooldowns here. And the entity doing the classic beyond infinity thing, so to say. Grouping up, pushing early on, taking towers. And another Primal Spring comes out from BDC. He uses the dash and...
This'll come in handy.
Carrots are there, a race for good measure, and it's 50 who scores the kill. Standin 5.
Yeah, I think it was this ward. I'm pretty certain about it. Went in this somewhere near this ward, and he just jumped in without hesitation. This is just confidence. This is Entity Esports bearing their fangs at Standin 5, almost as if they're daring them to come and fight them right now. They don't have the global silence on Disruption yet. Despite having a great early game, he's fallen far behind in terms of levels, and now he's paying the price for it.
The problem for me is, with this lineup, I don't see any point timing related where S5 start to peak. What is the item where they start to peak, or where they can take Entity on a 5v5, or where they can push? I just don't see the timing for them. Maybe it's Kling's getting an item so he can go for pickups. Maybe that is their way back into the game. And that's not happening anytime soon. Invoker, well, he's far away from any item of any significance. So I just don't see what is it that Standin 5 are waiting for to make a comeback into this game.
Yeah, the one thing that's really lacking on their side, we did point this out during the draft, they have no lockdown, which means that Entity Esports can just dance circles all around them all day. They're going to try and get a kill. Jobizi is in a terrible position right now, but they do have the Shadow Fiend waiting on the other side to score a kill. Pashu's going to walk in, and they've seen this. Swifty just without hesitation unloads the Requiem and the Raise and scores the kill. Now Jobizi's terrible position actually works out well for them, because he's managed to find RC by himself. He does go into the trees. The Sunstrike will even miss on him, while the chase is on. BDZ does manage to get that out off, but he doesn't quite find the kill. They do get the duel off on Disruption, and then Swifty comes in to secure the duel victory for him as well. Man, Entity Esports just making hay while the sun is shining there. Great stuff, even keeping the tower alive.
Yeah, it started out as Standin 5, I mean, absolutely abusing the one strength in the lineup, which is 2 heroes that can roam across the map quickly and set up kills and hang around invis. But yeah, Pashu walks in, Swifty read his movements perfectly, and a beautiful Requiem of Souls and one short raise, and that was highlight video moment.
Golden thread. Yeah, definitely. Pashu has himself nothing but an Orb of Venom. We're 14 minutes in and his track is nowhere over the horizon. What use is a bounty hunter if he's not going to be able to get to the track goal?
Yeah, it's 40 minutes, and like you point out, I'm not sure who's picked up the first tomb on the side of Standin 5. Possibly the Silencer, who's got the global to work with. You did say it's one way of reacting to duels if they do come out from A35. But yeah, Entity, they've got the eyes on the prize, and the prize here is towers. BDC and Swifty just marching down mid lane. Monkey King seems to be building into a Midas here, just in case he needs to secure the late game. There's the duel, makes it look so easy, and what can his team do? There's nothing really they can do. Come out of Invis and die. Is that it? Is that the plan? But here comes RC with the Abaddon. The Crystal Nova is there. He's got the shield. I'm not sure if he's got much in terms of items. The dust has been triggered, and it looks like they're just going to back out for the time being. But Swifty, he's just going to walk in with the creep wave and hit the tower once again.
Yeah, he doesn't care, man. Just gets the job done. They managed to pop the fortification. RC, his ult has been triggered. That is just an invitation for Entity Esports to jump in once more. Pashu. And the Fortic Shield does trigger, so they do ping him out. They have a sentry ward placed down right in the center of the lane as well, so they are prepped and ready. But you got to remember, Disruption has the global silence available on the silencer, so they could turn this fight around at a moment's notice.
Has been killed.
Topside, meanwhile, M has been scouted out by Blizzard, who's once again going nuts here. He will force out the Ghost Block from him.
Do nicely.
And Blizzard, I think he's actually calling out a full Desolator. No, he's gone for the Dragonlance for now. Global silence? What? Okay then.
Okay, so my need of that, because we just unfortunately missed it. Hold on, there's the Legion. Here, is it enough? It doesn't matter. Legion did get the kill, however, on A35. It clings for an offlaner. And there's no follow-up to this coming out from Standin 5. What are they going to do? It's actually a kill instead. There was a Sunstrike, however. It did miss onto the Monkey King. So Pashu on the Bounty Hunter walked in aggressively and ended up dying. You know what? Standin 5 right now, they're probably wishing, how do we start the fight? They have no answer to that. I mean, come on, they used the global silence, they got a kill, they throw out the meatball, they lost the duel, however. But what do you do after? There's nothing you can do. It's.
I mean, they tried their best. That was probably one of the better fights that they were, one of the better opportunities they were ever going to get. But unfortunately, I think their Baron didn't have his ult back then, which kind of made him a squishy target as well. They end up losing the fight. They end up losing the tower. Entity Esports continues to snowball with the golden EXP lead now. What's next for them? Do they just go into the Rosh pit?
Yeah, Rosh, the good old safety net before going high ground. They've taken out almost all outer towers here. And all they need is one sentry outside the Rosh pit, 2 sentries before they go high ground. And this game is Entities to lose. They've got the double damage as well. And with the attack, they should be able to take down Roshan. Monkey King, has he completed the Midas? We're not even going to bother clicking on him. Yeah. Okay, folks, we have a small bug that you're dealing with. I'm going to hold on to that thought because BDZ on the Monkey King charging in aggressively. Pashu is there, but the dust is there onto him. And with the root coming up from the Crystal Maiden, it should be an easy kill for Entity. S5, they're trying to make kills happen, but how can they? With the Klings who has nothing, with the Bounty Hunter who has an Orb of Venom. I don't know how S5 come back into this game.
I mean, at least he's got the track online now. That's the only silver lining I see for them. That if they manage to score some track kills, they can start to make a comeback sooner than if they didn't have a bounty on their squad. But
right,
where's the damage going to come from? That Klinks' Desolator is a pipe dream at the moment. Invoker, his Aghanim Scepter is quite far off as well. He's only at level 11 now. On the other side, you've got Swifty on his Shadow Fiend, who's got a full Dragonlance as well as Yasha complete. He's almost finishing up his Mantis style next. He's huge at this point.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're actually going for the Desolator on Blizzard as his next item.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Sorry, the Diffuser Blade. What am I saying? So more control, more potential to actually lock down heroes and bring them down. But again, that's a whiffed meteor coming out from M, which means that the defensive potential has just gone straight through the gutter. Entity Esports, they're happily going to walk up and try and take this lane of barracks now.
Ooh, BDZ, the tree gets eaten, there is a Sunstrike as well. A35 jumps in with the duel. Did end up falling. No duel, in fact, coming out from A35. The global silence was there on time, and it looks like A35 will fall. He does end up falling. Swifty with the Requiem, with the raise, ends up picking a kill in return on the silencer. Blizzard chasing for more. Borrow time, keeping the Abaddon alive. And the S5 retreat for the time being. They did score 2 kills. And BDC did end up falling, getting punished for his greed there. He's being a bit cocky here, jumping into places which are a bit too obvious and he shouldn't really be at.
Yeah, that was a bit too much from him. I mean, he kind of deserved to die over there. But that's a silver lining here for Standin 5. We do see the graph tilting slightly back up in their, well, not in their favor.
1 second, I have to cut you off. This is the most hilarious thing. Someone is stream sniping YouTube and putting it on Twitch.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I mean, that's basically plagiarism, man. He's essentially stealing
and he
content.
said, look at me, look, I'm doing piracy here.
Yeah.
ESL, that's my name. It's whatever.
I mean, ban incoming in 3, 2, 1. Anyway. You've got... I think Standin 5 does have some sort of recovery coming out here. If they can make this smoke gang successful, especially on Swifty, if that happens, we're definitely seeing the signs of a comeback.
There is the potential for them to get pickoffs. I mean, that's how they come back into this game with the Bounty Hunter getting them vision and then hopefully finding an entity hero so out of place that nobody can TP in to rescue them. That's how you score a kill and score some track gold. But yeah, I mean, entity isn't your 3.5k stack where I'm your highest Hepema. They're not going to fall for any of that. They've got sentries there, grouped up as 5. They're playing great discipline Dota, although the Monkey King is having a lot of fun in the trees with the trees.
I mean, notice the immediate discipline that Swifty displayed there. He just decided to skip that middle lane altogether. He's okay. BDC is a tree now. He is a ninja tree behind enemy lines. Abaddon's ult has been triggered. Here comes BDZ from behind with the Wukong's command coming through. Pashu's taking the Jingu Mastery stack on his head. There's the Global Silence coming out. It doesn't matter as RC ends up going down. It is a dual victory for A35 and M looks to be next on the hit list. He'll be brought down by Blizzard. The Boundless Strike holds Ice in place, and then there's the Frostbite as well. Along with the Primal Spring, he's going nowhere. The Clinks is about to die, but he's walking away slowly like an old man with a crippled stick. But Entity Esports, again, unable to breach the high ground despite getting a couple of kills and baiting out the Global Silence.
Yeah, the problem here for Entity is they've got no one to heal them up, and even if they do end up winning fights versus Standin fight just outside their base, Standin fight respawning quickly. But yeah, Blizzard just got his Aegis triggered out, and press the attack is there. Entity do manage to take the tier 3, and this opens up the shrines for them.
Yep, they should be able to get some extra money and of course get map control once the shrines are down. Good discipline coming out again, just taking the tier 3 and walking away without giving any more casualties against themselves. I think the smart thing to do is take the shrines, get your next set of items, get Roshan, and then go for the kill again. Entity is Swifty actually going for the BKB this game? Looks like he's gonna skip it altogether, going for the butterfly instead.
Hey, he's got the mantra to deal with the Global Silence, doesn't really need the BKB. I mean, sure, Invoker is a strong source of magical damage, but he can skip that altogether. Fun fact, in the previous fight, A35 started the duel when border time had just set in, and despite all of that, he still won the duel versus the Abaddon. But S5, Pashu looping around, BDZ pops the smokes, walks in, it's Bajrangi Baijan under. He's supposed to run away right now. Abaddon, he's got the shield on him, he's trying his best. A35 pops the press the attack on himself, running forward aggressively, gets the duel, gets the kill onto Ice, on the Clinks. Blizzard chasing for more there. Ice Wall should hold Entity back, but Entity don't care. Blizzard pops the Sakuchi, gets the kill, press the attack, gives some bonus attack damage, attack speed in fact. And in the end, it's Invoker forced to pop a Ghost Walk and run away quietly, silently. And all Entity lose was a Monkey King.
Yeah, that's a trade they're going to take all day, every day. 1,109 gold changing hands in Entity's favor there. 3 down on the sidelines for Standin 5. The only one with the buyback is the Silencer. However, he is going to respawn quickly enough to defend this. Entity should be able to get at least the range. What the hell was that?
Is Radiant going to let their bottom bear?
I facebumped 2 seconds preemptively because I saw that coming. I was like,
double damage.
Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
That's an easy lane of barracks. No bounty hunter available for another 12 seconds. No fortification either on the side of Standin 5.
This is the kind of match where you go home, purchase a gun or something, shoot yourself in the kneecap when nobody's watching.
There's the tornado though, there's a fighting chance coming out. No, there isn't. There's the duel to put an end to that. Global Silence will come through, but what's the point? The Wukong's command has already been popped, and that, I believe it is BDZ with a Basher. So the Bashers did kick in. Ice has been purged up and is about to be brought down. There's the shield kicking him alive. A35 turns around, still can't get the kill with the overwhelming odds. Ice will survive and score the kill. At least they get 1 return kill on the Legion Commander, and hey, that tier 3 still stands.
What's BDZ got? He's got
the Basher, man. So that Wukong's command, I believe the Bash did connect all the Clinks in that fight, which is one of the reasons why Clinks got so low in the first place. Meanwhile, Swifty, he's just stacking up that money. They can buy all that bling at one go.
Even the dogs are howling outside.
Yeah, Lycan's just upset that he didn't get picked.
Speaking of which, he is getting picked quite a bit. I've seen Liquid pick him up.
I've seen Secret pick him up.
Even Secret pick him up. I've seen Nature's Prophet come back into the game as well. Universe played him once. Mind Control played him once as well. I think that Trian talent is quite legit. Okay, so S5, they're doing the same thing here. They're looking for pickoffs on the back of this bounty hunter.
Radiant's top tower.
That was way too close for comfort for Pashu. There was a sentry ward watching his shenanigans.
They saw him.
Yeah, they saw him, but they couldn't quite catch him while he was within range of that ward.
Okay.
M. Gonna take a beating of. Wow, look at the damage, man. A35 getting range for the duel, man. And he had a gem, so there was no way he was getting away from Blizzard.
Okay, Entity and let's end this game now and go in biryani mode.
Greetings, middle tower.
They've got the gem, they mean business, they're marching down mid lane, and well, it's one last stand for Standin 5 here. The Shuriken toss was bouncing about, RC's border time is triggered. Boundless Strike will miss, but they get the racks. They're moving in onto the last remaining racks. Yep. Wukong's command, Global Silence. It looks like somebody's falling there. It's Pashu on the Bounty Hunter. And AP5 wins that duel. Doesn't really matter anymore. And, Standin 5, they're just running formalities here.
Yeah, it is mega creeps now in favor of Entity Esports. Standin 5, there's just no way they come back from this game. It's all gone over for them. Entity Esports, their debut match at the ESL India Premiership, or in India for that matter, has been a wild success. They're off to a flying start. It's just clean up duty for them now. I'm assuming Standin 5 is paid for their cafe time, so they're not going to get up and leave.
I think if Standin 5 had slightly different supports, they could have won this game. And even the Klings pick, the last pick Klings, I'm not a fan.
I mean, they basically got outpicked and outplayed. There's not a single disable on the side of Standin 5.
You know what's funny? Standin 5 was the team that used to pick heroes like Tidehunter a lot. And this season, game 1, I don't know, maybe the idea was let's just have fun. Or I can't read this draft yet. I mean, when is it going to accomplish what it aims to accomplish? Sure, they can roam around the map and get pickoffs, but invisibility is not invulnerability. I mean, one gem, a couple of sentries, and you're done with. But speaking of done with, BDC is done with this game. He's going to go get biryani. Job Easy will join him. Entity Esports win game 1. My name is Vivek. With me is CloudX. Any last words?
No, it's been an absolute pleasure casting the first game of the ESL India Premiership, and I'm looking forward to what the Master League has in store for us going forward as well. If you guys have enjoyed, of course, you know where to follow us. The Premiership live streams, of course, on YouTube and Facebook. You can follow us as casters. We're casting on behalf of AFK Gaming. I am available at facebook.com/therealcloudx. Vivek is at facebook.com/Vivek. That is VWEWAKE.
And we've got some CSGO coming up. Don't go anywhere.
Absolutely, don't go anywhere, guys. You've got CSGO coming up. Yeah, we'll be taking that one away, I believe, with Fett from So Strong. So stick around, folks. Some CSGO action coming up next.
Well, we're back again with the action, and we know what transpired. Entity takes home the match and the glory. Well played, Standin 5, although we all did get to see the very famous Indian Dota pause. Well, bad connections always happen. Well, since it's happened, these games happen on internet. This was the Dota 2 match you saw of the Indian ESL India Premiership 2017 Season 2 here in the summer season. This was a match between Standin 5 and Entity Esports. Well played both teams. Now Entity Esports has won this match, and you got to see a couple of their Pinoy players in action. Now we hope to see most such matches other such matches where these guys are going to be performing and you guys are going to witness it live. Now let me remind you, this is the first time ever that an Indian team is fielding international players in their roster. Now moving on to the final game for the first day of ESL India Premiership season, summer season, the version 2.0, which is happening right now on your screens right now. We have Counter-Strike Global Offensive between these two amazing teams. Now let me remind you, let's like roll back to 2016, the Masters in December. We saw these two teams in action. One of them came all the way from SAE, and the other team, an homegrown team. We're talking about Entity and Risky Gaming. Now a lot of players from the country and everybody who was watching the stream live showered a lot of love on Risky Gaming. We have seen Risky Gaming lose out one of their players, Abdullah Toks Ghaffari, and he will not be a part of the Risky Gaming anymore. But the best thing is Risky Gaming as a team still has another player who's taking over the reins from Abdullah Toks Ghaffari, and we're going to see both of these teams face off against each other just about now. So don't go anywhere. We'll be beginning the game just right now.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day one of the ESL India Premiership Masters, where we have eight of the best teams. Well, it's in a tournament at least, but we have Risky, of course. Between the region. Unfortunately for them, they weren't able to make their way, finally. We're playing the ESL India Masters. For those of you who stay longer, for those of you who are here, we have for the ESL Premiership. The challenger for the so-called challengers of teams in the country, and of course we have the Masters where we have some of the best teams. We have Brutality, we got Dare Dream, we got Entity Esports, we got Elements, we got Risky, and a couple more teams as well who will be playing amongst each other in the league format, which will qualify for the Masters match, which will be spread across quite a few months. So we're going to be going live in the first game. The tournament is going to be Risky. Facing up against, at least on paper, and if we face a reputation, the best team in the country. Really, they start ace inside. Well, the super team, so to speak, in the country. For Risky, we have and I'm actually standing in today. I'm not very much mistaken. So, welcome to the show, ladies and gents. My name is on the observing end is Archie and it's going to be Inferno, which is something I'm really excited about as well. I mean, obviously we've seen a lot of teams playing Inferno, but the thing with Inferno, speaking, I don't think we really have figured out what the meta is in this. We haven't really seen that many teams, we haven't seen enough of it to really be able to judge, how plays out. So I'm curious to see, what energy has to go for us, and of course what Risky. Risky though, they had a pretty solid first game. Game to good, watch them constantly minor. But I'm curious to see the ping seem pretty fine, surprisingly. So I'm assuming it's going to be a keenly contested game. It's kind of unfortunate for every single time. But living in the Middle East, infrastructure is a bit slow. It's rough. So, they've pretty much been playing Counter-Strike in hard mode pretty much all the time. So, for them, I'm just waiting for the game to go live. So, how are you boys and girls doing this wonderful evening? Middle of the week. A lovely Wednesday. It's not that hot as it was the past couple of weeks tonight, so I'm feeling a bit more happier than I usually am. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be going live arena. Knife round over at mid. Decided to start on which side. Havoc, Breaker, Nami. Cool to see Havoc back in the lineup. That's the thing with the Middle East teams as well, right? They tend to retire. Some of the players tend to retire and then come back very soon. Very similar to our teams, which is pretty cool. It shows us that despite the Arabian Sea being engulfed between our two regions, these on side is still the same. Like retiring. In the meantime, Risky can win the knife very convincingly, and they should be going live. They should be going live very soon here. Just waiting for players to decide we're going to start. Risky going to be starting on the CD side, no surprises there. It is Inferno. After all, it is still kind of CD side of the meta. I really don't believe the meta is kind of established yet. Like I said earlier, if you look at many of the teams we played. Depending on the teams, it can be T-sided, it can be CD-sided, it can be pretty equal. I'm hoping that it'll be much more close to fair. And also considering the fact that Risky are playing with a stand-in, although it is Nami, it's fair for Risky, so even though he is a stand-in, he is someone who can definitely be very potent, so to speak. So I really don't think he should be taking this too easily. Can really get rough. Here we go. All right. We're going live. Risky versus Entity Esports. No pun intended. And Risky winning the knife round. They will be starting on the CD side. Kit, Smoke for Carabao is going to be taking one for the team. Breaker with nothing. Alright, flashbacks and a nade. So a lot of utility being purchased on the CD side. Flashbacks and a nade. That makes me think like they might actually go for an aggressive play here. And for Entity, it's going to be 5 sets of blocks and armor. Alright. It's going to be a fast play. The B rush, no time being wasted. Nami's going to be seeing a lot of action very quickly. It immediately gets taken on. There's still 2 more guys to contend with the Kit Kat. On the line towards sandbags and mode on Excali and Breaker. He's so very low as well. He's on 8 HP. Still taking the fight. It's not far much construction. But the bomb side has been taken over by Entity, but there's got no smoke. So crossover is going to be a problem. The bomb is still not planted yet. Side's going to find Breaker in the meantime. Having does find A. So it's now a 2v4. But the bomb is still getting planted. This is a round they can't afford to lose it, but they have it tapping away, finds Excali, 2v3 right now, and it's so very low indeed here, and Carabao spots him out, 1 tap, Side's gonna find half in the meantime, it's so very low, but Carabao with a 1v2 right now, and A-Star still looking towards Banana. He just needs to play the time here. Carabao has got a smoke, he's got a kit, but Side and A-Star playing is very, very smart indeed. Smoke comes out, he's gonna tap it, however, waiting for A-Star to peek around the corner, he's gonna get the kill on his side, but now A-Star can actually stick. He's going to pick up the kill as well from his teammate, but A-Star's going to get the kill through the smoke. And that is going to be the first round on board for Entity Esports. Win the first round, although it came down to the wire there. And they weren't quite able to get into some good post-line positions. Side actually did a very good job. They're trying to stay alive for as long as possible through its construction. Carabao got an effort from him in the end, unable to do much. Fourth one comes up. Nami just with a P250. Havoc going for the scout by the rest of them with the force by sees the deagle at 5 seconds. Pretty interesting mix of pistols. And that nade doing a ton of damage to Ace. 49 HP. Side's going to lead the way, but UMP is blinded, but doesn't really matter. He's going to catch great. But Kit Kat not holding the line though. It's going to be Side. Opening it up, Kit Kat does manage to get a kill before he gets taken out on Excali. Now it's a 4v3, the smoke, a little too late to deploy. Really should be careful, he's going to get tagged down. Why did he cross over the smoke? A little impatient there, perhaps. Now it's a 3v4. Very doable retake, but Havoc's going to miss the shot. And Sal's going to take out a block, but he's not going to be ready for Nami. They're waiting around the corner. Excali's going to be found by Nami. Looking weird. Sai again taking the fight. 2v4. 3v4 now to a 3v2 to the advantage of Risky. Sloppy postman's coming out from Entity, but Rivy's still there, peeks out, Havoc, gets the kill, it's all on the A-Star, 1v3, they know where he is, if they're at all the corners and the angles, and Havoc's going to get the bomb down, but A-Star lighting it up perfectly, finds him through the smoke, what is he even doing? And now it's great, but it's pushing in, but Nami's winning on the corner, they need to take the fight, but A-Star, 1v1, and he's going to get the clutch, so 1v3, that was so perfectly played. 2 kills through the smoke as well. He lined it up to perfection. That was unexpected. That was very unexpected. A-Star, the balcony. He played it perfectly. Jesus Christ, like, had they actually dry run that? Like, you know? He knew exactly where the ball was planted and he lined it up to perfection. And Risky gonna be ticked off about that. They could have actually pushed it, but I'm going to be expecting A-Star to get 2 kills through the smoke. Full eco now for Risky. I don't think Nami bought up anything, so I'm assuming an early op buy coming out from Risky. It is Inferno, so they decide. The op is pretty viable. Pretty viable, Kit Kat. Hiding behind that fountain. Pretty fountain. Water. Gosh. Full 5-man stack for Risky, and I'm a little surprised Entity have gone for 5 minutes when they know it has to be a full eco, or worse the scenario it might be a full supply. So that scenario you want to have a Mac 10 or maybe a UMP, just to go for it. Send in one guy, clear the angles, find out where the stack is happening, and okay, that was not communicated well. Luckily for them, there's no one on the A bomb side, and we go with the white collar that smokes. With Arch and Library using the utility of the eco run, I like that. A much better run coming out from Entity here on their gun runners. I mean, against Risky's eco round. So it's going to be 3-0. to Entity. Risky. I don't think they're going to be going for the hunt here. They might just go for exits, but I don't think they're just going to be walking in trying to do kills. Yeah. A little surprising for me. Like, you know, if I was in game leading or whatever, if I was calling for the team, I'd probably ask for, you know, to have at least one guy with a UMP or an SMG basically to go for some, find some carry ball, trying to take the real UMP. He's going to be found out. You do have one piece of Havoc, and he's actually going to get the kill. Ooh. They still got to pick up the AK though. Havoc has gone across the bridge, and Ace is going to come and find Havoc. So getting denied. Sai finding Nami, and that's going to be, well, they do lose one gun on AK, but I don't think Entity's going to be too worried about that. Trio, good before AK's alive, so that's good. Risky, on the other hand, there we go, Nami with the off. He had gone for the full eco on the 2 eco rounds, while the rest of his team had gone for the force by the second one. So they had 2 UMPs, of course, the new meta. Oh, bias for Monsters anymore, it's not depressing. I'm curious, Neil fan from back 1.6. Monsters is such a fan. Nami gets shot, and whoa, he actually let Sai. Jesus Christ, that was fast. He actually just to like Sai. Kelly did some damage as well. Nami, dual dodge. Pretty default setup coming up with this. They have one guy over the apps area that's carried up playing up close to the UMP. There's going to be a push coming out from NC again. What that Nami is shot. Going to re-peek out his question again. Comes down. Oh, he shot the shoulder people that perfectly. Sai's going to get the kill. And the carry one finds one. Havoc, Breaker just chiming for the kills and just getting mowed down. One member still alive, 2 people still alive for Entity Esports, and of course that is like face-to-face Ribby. Doesn't work here, he's going to get through with the Havoc, but he's not going to be able to get second straight. And it's all about the Ribby. Sorry, that was Ace. It's all about the Ribby now instead of the apps. He knows where carry bomb is. Breaker's so very low, but Breaker's not going to miss a shot. He's going to line up the kill with the off. And I was actually a little surprised that Breaker wasn't wielding the big green gun. It was Nami who was off. Considering Breaker has been looking like an absolute monster with the off. And it's actually going to be Nami who's going to be offing, which is interesting. Although, that being said, Breaker is extremely competent with the rifles as well, so. Unable to do much. Breaker's gonna board them up. Havoc in the what comes to life. Kit Kat comes to rescue, picks up 3 kills, and doing a complete mowdown. Entity going for a slight buy there. I think just open the tab for a second. See if we see the money. Yeah, I think it was a very light buy. Tech 9s and some armor, but yep, got the money for the buy now. AK's coming out once more. You're Ribby, and Cali should go with Cali as well. But Risky winning 2 in a row. Run round looking much better. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Nami finds its Cali. They won't be expecting Breaker to push the bottom of mid. And Ace is going to find Nami in the meantime. That's a great shot, but he might just get traded though, because Breaker's pushing the bottom of mid and carry bomb. Yup. Ace going to find Kit Kat, little Breaker, this man. You get the trade in the bomb is down. That is huge. The remaining teams are all over in mid and off mid and side. Will they be aware of carry bomb towards mid is the question. There's a major way towards A bomb side, but the bomb is down inside. He's going to win the dual carry bomb. Getting a bit too hungry there. He's going to fire. He's going to fall. That means Breaker and Havoc. We'll have to hold on here. They're going to get Vincent. Breaker's, however, going to win the duel. A star is very low, however. So going to come on Havoc. Problem is Ribby has the off, and Havoc does get the kill, but Ribby with the trade. 19 HP versus Ribby on 100. Ribby, where's it going to go? Because Breaker took the fight over in CD spawn. And Breaker almost whips it. Almost completely whips it, but he will manage to get the kill. He's looking for the off. But off has been tossed away. By the looks of it, it's a risky, making 3-all. They will lose quite a few members, but those 2 rounds you won, those 2 rounds you won the buy round were pretty convincing, so the money's looking pretty good. Entity in the meantime, we'll have to go for the eco, no bomb planted. You go. They're on lost bonus, pistols, no armor. Okay, they could go for the armor. But instead, just gonna go with pistols, maybe a couple of nades, and just try to get the bomb down at the very least. Nami. Ooh, okay then. That is just sheer aggression. But A-Star somehow gets 2 kills with a P250 up close with no armor. I don't even like. How are they still in this game? I just A-Star, right? Breaker, meanwhile, hunting down Ace. Well done, A-Star goes for the shots. No trouble. Finding A-Star was kind of low as it was. Ace, also hunted, hits him in the nuts. But he's going for the hunt, you know, he doesn't have much of a chance to Breaker with a jumping shot, which is all 4-3 risky. Losing a couple of guys, but they do manage to retrieve the AK-47. Breaker trying to find the rifle, but he won't. He's just going to be the MP9. Well, again, they're not getting the bomb down here. Apart from one round where he got a little close, I think it was round number 7. No, round number 6. They haven't really been able to really, be that effective. Nami, in the meantime, he's wielding that off like Mjolnir. He was Thor. So opening kill, just going the way of risky. And he should be a little worried. They don't want this to, go out of control. Bear in mind, Scally, with the off. See what he can do with it off, but he's smoked off. Oh my god, the timing! He gets the kill on the Kit Kat. That was perfectly timed from Cali. Perfectly timed from Scally. If that's going to be 1-for-1 trade. 4v4 now. That was Nami. Hold the line though. They don't carry as an arm. The rest of Entity, they have smoked off Arch. They're really not going for any map control, which could be a problem. If Breaker gets picked off though, they have an entry to the B-bomb site. That could be a problem. Breaker. They're making noise now. Breaker knows this. Does he have any utility though? He has no utility. Got to play to save. As long as he gets a kill, as long as he delays the bomb plan, he's not stopping. He's going to turn on the This one's going to rain in. He's got to be all alone. He's got to go God mode here. And they start jumping and gunning, and the flash comes in, and Breaker somehow just getting the kill onto Excali. Nami just flying in like food to construction. His only line is 3v3. Bomb is going to get planted, just barely a few seconds remaining. And they managed to send Ace towards dark spot. The smoke very much in place. Carry bomb. Trying to spot someone out. I think he spotted Ace towards Oranges, and he's taking some damage. Excel, in the meantime, he's with a great shot to have it. It's all the Nami 1v3. That just looks unlikely here. Nami, this is a shot. A's going to get the kill, and that's going to be Entity. Finally winning a gun round. It is going to be 4-all. And that was basically Entity drawing out all the utility from Risky to a point when Breaker was left alone the B-bombs, and he had nothing for him. He didn't have a flashbang, he didn't have a smoke, he didn't have a Molotov, nothing. That's a problem, right? You need to have a Molotov or even a smoke or even a flashbang, something to try and hold on to the bomb site. So all you can do is just get one kill. That's about it. 3v3 bomb planted. It will always be tough to retake at that point. Of course, Risky has money to go for the buy. Nami again with the op towards Banana won't be able to beat further beyond towards the old car position. See now with the op in the hands of side. Again, with a very slow paced approach here. It can work, but they need to make a little bit more noise. Like you got to expend a little bit of utility to force the CDs to use their utility. Draw it out and then go for the late round execute when they or late round push when the CDs don't really have much utility to work with. The problem right now is still 55 seconds on the clock, and Risky still have a handful of incendiary smokes and flashbangs, which they can use to stop a push if A-Star just gets spotted up. Almost going to come in. A-Star still taking the fight through the flames. The Ribby will peek out to Boiler, gets the trade. A-Star surviving barely on 18 HP. And Arch has been compromised, but KitKat and Nami are still holding towards B. This is a pretty smart read from Risky. Smoke's going in the flashbang. Nami completely blinded. It's going to be this time smoke. Almost going to come in. KitKat is going to get the first one. Scally is going to drop down. Yes, he is going to go to smoke on Molotov. Still pushing in. And Nami is going to go for hero play or not. He slapped a shot through the smoke. Havoc as well, just spraying blindly through the smoke with these smokes that you can use for Risky Entity. We'll get the bomb down. The 4v4 though, and we'll see how these postmans have worked out. Oh, and Nami gets side the second the smoke dissipates. Ace hiding behind a fountain, is going to spot on Nami, so the trade's coming to their way. And KitKat not able to get the kill. Ace going big here, finds another 2 kills, finds another quick kill. Carry up in the trade though, now it's a 2v2. Ace is very low speed as well, but it's going to be A-Star, he's going to get the kill onto Havoc. All down to Caribou, 1v2. He's got a Molotov, but time is of the essence here. He's got a Molotov to flush out Ribby, which he's going to use right now. Ribby's going to come out, but it's going to be Ribby. He's going to win the duel. It's going to be NZ back in the lead here. Risky's money might actually be broken now. By 4 to Entity. Well, this is a smart read coming out from Entity again. This maybe a little bit too much, 2 Mac 10s. The MB7 as well, side going to be on the hunt. I think the spotted out KitKat there, but it's taking a lot of damage. Flashbang comes out, side. A-Star. Going up mid. A little surprised not playing a little faster with these UMPs they have. Breaker. Up mid. Carry Bob. Speed of 50 with that, but he's got to fall. Ruby's going to find Breaker in the meantime. Havoc although Dave on side with the USP. He's going to tap away on the side. Sally comes charging up with the AK-47. And then the bomb side is pretty much empty here. Ace pushing all the way towards C1 spot. The KitKat finds one looking for the army as well. Fisherman's skill. That's going to be actually some pretty good kills with the SMGs. Just 3 kills, but Risky. Gonna go for the buy once more. Three and 4s, and 2 UMP 5 and Risky. The champions of the ESL Premiership last year, the winners of the Masters. They actually only dropped one map, if I'm not mistaken. That was D2D. Yeah, I think they only dropped 1 map. In the meantime, Caribou. Towards apps. What's surprising me right now is Risky. They, apart from a couple of rounds, really haven't progressed that much. Playing very, very passively, not really getting much map control, relinquishing map control entity. That's something which they never used to give much respect to in teams in the past. Havoc though. Find a couple. I'm looking for more. He's going to find Excalibur, but Ridley with a double kill. He can again. The 2v2 scenario, let's get the bomb done. It's going to be retake time from Risky, and then Ace, he hears this. He's going to go for the 5-minute peeks out. Great shot from the KitKat. It's all at a breaker. 1v2.
And breaker will fall. Ace gets to kill. 7-4 for Entity. I'm actually very surprised with the way Risky is playing, to be honest, right now. Because to be honest, like I've seen them play in the past, I've seen them play against Indian teams. They just give no respect, and there's a lack of no respect play. Like they're playing very, very, very safe, which is so surprising coming from a team like Risky Gaming. To be very honest, and honestly, like I don't know. It's like they're playing so scared. They are weird. Entity, not taking anything away from them. They are playing very, very methodical. They're having some very good reads as well. And especially Ace just seems to be unleashed today. 7-4. They do lose a gun, and Ace very smartly just tossing it away. So 5v4. And Risky. Bear in mind it's an eco round. They should not lose this round, at least on paper. At the same time, for Entity, if you look at the way they're playing right now, the only flaw I see in the way they're going about things at the moment is the fact that their buys, right? They don't seem to have a very good read on Risky's economy, which is why they don't really go for the SMG buys when required. Like you had 5 AKs here against a full, you know, eco round. Nice flashback. So KitKat's gonna be caught out, completely blinded. A's gonna find breaker, flawless execute, and I won't lie, I'm enjoying watching Entity's executes on the T side. Sure, some sloppy mistakes here and there, but completely forgivable. On the other hand, Risky, this is very surprising. They're playing so passively, they're playing so scared, giving too much respect to Entity, and that is something which is really surprising me. Havoc, though, great shot on the Ribby. Gets the headshot, 3v3 now. Nami, in the meantime, trying to hunt down A-Star, and yeah, no more kills for Risky. Carry Bomb actually does find his eye in the meantime, but Havoc, 1v2, not much you can do, there's no time remaining. He's trying to land on Deeks, but Ace is going to get the kill. 5 kills with Ace and A-Star. If we just open up tab for a second there, Archie. Yeah, Ace is on the tear. 15 frags for him. A-Star on 10. He won a couple of very crucial rounds for them as well. And the money, sure, they're losing quite a few members, but 5 rounds in a row, they're doing a great job. And for Risky, on the other hand, it is going to be max loss bonus coming in. But at the same time, unless they aggress and dual up setups, all right. The classic Asian strat. If all else failed on the CD side, go for a dual op setup. However, it is Nami, it is Breaker. I've seen what these two guys can do with the op. And some aggression coming out. Nami channeling his inner JW. And Ribby should have heard the scope. And he's gonna find him. Entity are not falling for this. A-Star, he gets spotted by Havoc. A couple of bullets just rattling off, but he will not be able to get the kill. But 5v3, Entity Esports, they're getting the opening picks, and Risky trying aggression, but honestly speaking, they're just going for individual plays, not really working out. When Nami pushed in to go for the JW play, that is pushing into apps and trying to pick off the guy coming in from T apps, you need someone nearby. You need someone nearby to try and go for the trade in case you get taken down. If you see JW do that over in Inferno when they used to play back in the day when Fnatic used to rule the world, he used to have all off, he used to have Flusher right next to him. So if he dies, there's a trade taking place. Nami is all alone. And he scoped in so late as well. So Ribby had all the clues he needed to know that there was a guy there with the op. He needed the nade, he tossed the nade, went for the shoulder peek, easy kill, and there was no trades taking place. So Risky are just playing very, very sloppily. And they walk into the B-bomb side, no one's there, op comes out for break with the 2 It's not all the timing, the timing is just abysmal. Smoke started to come out outside, the timing is off. Why haven't they used a smoke yet? Havoc's gonna find Ribby in the meantime, 3v3, and now the smoke comes. Bomb's planted though. 3v3 retake time for Risky. They need to start stringing a couple of rounds together here. Break up. Pushing in. A-Star. Oh, they're going for the juke. They have 2 guys in Ninja. Ace still there. He's going to fall. They're going to get both the kills, but they've got the kill. They're not expecting Excali here. And oh my god, Excali finds one. Almost takes Havoc down as well. And yeah, the round is gone. Excali will win it for his team. The 1v2, they played it perfectly. And Entity, well, Entity, I just cannot avoid using the word tits in that. I hope I don't get fired. Don't fire me. But yeah, I mean, That was so smart. 3v3, A-Star got picked off, Ace got picked up, but they doubled up over in, I call it Ninja, some people call it Dark Squad, whatever you want to call it, but they had doubled up the next guy. He didn't peek, he really didn't peek, had a lot of trigger discipline, and yeah, 9-4 to Entity. They are really, really surprising me. I'll be honest about this, alright? And anyone who knows me, who's heard me casting for the past 3 years would know this. I shit on Indian teams like no one's business. Most Indian teams hate me. I'm surprised I haven't got, you know, physically attacked or molested at LAN events so far by some of the Indian teams, but to be honest, they don't like me, and that's because I'm very highly critical of them. I spot the mistakes that I see, all the mistakes they do, you know, so many mistakes, over-peaking, no strats, lack of composure, having no clue how to play the game. But today, Entity, helped out a little bit by Risky playing some very weird Counter-Strike, have actually impressed me. They've actually played some solid, a very, very solid T-side. Color me impressed. You won't hear me say this that often for Asian CS, by the way. But color me impressed. Meanwhile, very slow pace coming out from our very own Entity. Bomb still dropped at alt mid. 40 seconds on the clock. It's going to be an A hit. They have Ace making his way towards mid. He's going to pick up the C4 while the rest of his team has made their way, and Sai is everywhere. Excali pushing in. Nami have going to get a couple of kills, but it's going to be an A hit, and just one guy remaining in the bomb side is going to be Nami right over in quads, and is getting wrapped around here. If he finds Ribby, it's going to be big. Ribby gets spotted out there, but Ribby just teasing him, and in the meantime, it's going to be Ace. Perfect bait play there, but Havoc's going to find Ace in the meantime. 2v2 now. Havoc on 19 points of health. They're going to get the bomb down. Ribby just dancing around. He's trying to avoid this with God shot from Ribby. Finds Havoc. It's all on Kit Kat now. He's got no kit as well. He's got to go for this. For the kills, and Ace, he's not budging. He's not budging. He's got Ribby as well for backup. Kit Kat, flashback's going to pop out, but it's not going to blind anyone, or could blind Ribby, but no, Ribby's going to make his way inside. Ace, perfect timing for him. He's going to make his escape inside his side, gets the kill as well. 10-4. There is no stopping the Entity train right now. Risky are getting mauled on Inferno, on the CT side. And right now, though, they're just going about the business. And Risky just have absolutely no answer. Risky. The final round of the first half. 3 UMPs, couple of M4s. That's all they have to work with. Breaker with the deep nade. We'll tickle Excali a little bit. Sai, this is Risky. I'm not a big fan of the, yeah, smoke comes in. I thought he was going to just go for the pop flash peek towards mid all alone, which would have been very, very risky. And now Entity. Again, very slow pace play. And the problem with Risky right now is the fact that they're actually playing so passive. I mean, they're playing very passive apart from a couple of rounds when they aggressed in over at mid, that they have no clue how Entity are setting up for these. With Entity mixing it up as well, just completely catching them off guard. They're going with the buddy system perfectly. Smoke's going to come in. Kit Kat's there ready though. Pop Flash's going to come on. It's going to be a little too late. The double peek comes in. Ribby's holding the back as well. Havoc try to sneak in through the smoke, get the kill. But he's going to get taken down. Breaker's going to go big here. He's going to find Excali. He's going to fall back into the side. He's going to flashbang as well to try and stay alive for as long as possible. Flashbang's not going to blind anyone. Ace does get taken down by Breaker. Staying alive at 14 HP. How is he still alive? Gets a dink in as well on the side, but he will fall in the end. With Midol on Carabop, who's got some utility to work with. No kit though. I think one of his teammates does have the kit. He could probably pick it up outside. He spots him out. No need to take the fight. 37 HP on him, A-Star with 3, and yeah, I think he spotted A-Star just barreling towards instructions. Spots at Ribby. Ribby doesn't really need to take this fight. 1v3, Carabop really should win this one, and it's going to be Ribby to take the duel, wins it 11-4 for Entity. Great T-side from them on, I'm not sure whose map it was though. I mean, it is the best one. So, you know, pick ban, ban pick. And now risky. Let's see what they have on T side. They've looked just very, very sloppy overall, if you ask me, when the on the CD side just seem kind of lost. They seem to have a slight resurgence on their buffers gun round, but Entity able to adapt real quickly. And now it's going to be a fast mid play coming out. They have couple of flashes, just pouring in towards A here, where Sai is waiting. Just two guys aside, tapping away, finds one, looking for more, gets a second kill as well. Excalibur going to find Caribou in the meantime, and it's going to be Sai, triple kill for him, looking for the quad, gets to quad kill. Sai just completely eviscerating that push from Risky. The quad kill, yeah, just wrecked Archie. They're wrecked. Just got completely destroyed. It was a right call from Risky as well. They went for a fast mid play. Entity had three guys there. Sai from the pit just... That up, and he's in 23 frags. Jesus, when did he even get there? 18. Ace was massive in the beginning first rounds though. But then Sai picking up the pace. 12-6 to Entity. Risky. European carry ball. They know that Op is still in the hands of Sai, so that's gonna force him to be a little bit more reserved in their approach. They don't want to go all out. Havoc's going to find the A-star in the meantime. Wait, did he get the wall back? Yep, he got the wall back shot. Yep. He got the wall back. That sucks. Excalibur with the USB finds Carib up in the meantime. He will pick up the gun, but that's just a UMP. The UMP was the gun which went for the hunt, which is a smart thing to do. They have Nami meanwhile holding towards mid, looking for any rotation to come in from the CTs. Ribby. He's going to be holding alone towards... Ooh, does ding Kit Kat, but now it's all on the Excalibur. Who's got a UMP and they should be saving this. They've lost the AWP as well, and they don't have the money. They're probably going to get $4,400 in the next round, and this UMP can come in pretty handy. They could probably, you know, them a little bit extra utility. So he's going to hold on to this, and it's going to be 12-7. Risky. Imagine string a few rounds together here after that force buy. God, I hate mosquitoes. Just freaking everywhere. It's like little needle-faced malaria carriers. Well, that happens when you live in a equatorial country, but yeah, It's I think it's proof that God hates us all. 12-7. Entity. They had a massive lead. I think it was 11-4. So far, they just want to pistol around. They've lost about 3 rounds here. And now we see the aggression coming out. Deep banana smoke, Molotov towards tree. A-star, yep. They're just going to be waiting for the Molotov to get extinguished. The smoke's not that deep though, to expect a slightly deeper smoke. Because of that, he won't be able to push it a little bit more deeper towards the cubby area, but he does. Manage to make his way towards the logs, while Excali is going to try and play distraction. Deep smoke comes out. Now they have complete control over Banana, and Asa should be careful. Luckily for him, the bullet's going to whiz past him, doesn't take much damage. Excali, on the other hand, is on 28 HP, and Ribby is dead. So that means the A-side defense is going to be very weak indeed. And if they go for a banana play, and A-star, he needs the 5 people, right? So if he gets taken down, even if he gets 2 people, it's going to be very hard, because it's going to be a 3v3 retake. So A-star needs to go really big if they go for the B play. Although 50 seconds remaining on the clock, they're going to be working towards the A bomb side with the 3 guys waiting. Now Excali is there with a flashbang of his, going to pop it out, but he's going to burn alive. Fresh kebab over in cubby. Ace. Ooh, gets punched. He's gonna get found out, and it's gonna be Karabab is gonna get killed on the side. A starts grabbing in from behind. He's gonna get the planter. Yes, he will. Now it's a 1v2. He picks up the AK as well. The AWP, in fact, but he's getting shot from behind as well. It's gonna be Breaker. It's gonna take him down. Valiant effort from A star in the end there, but it is gonna be the round for Risky. That was pretty close indeed. And for those of you who ask, why don't you go for head armor? You know, why are you buying head armor against AK-47s? Are you so noob? Well, that's why you buy head armor, even if you're against AK-47s. Because if you get a shot through the blocks or something, you're going to get aim punched to death. And he didn't have money, so that's there. Ace didn't have the money to go for the head armor, but that is an example of why you should buy head armor if you have the money. If you have the money, always go for a head armor buy, even against AK-47s, because you know, a couple of bullets through the wall, or even a Glock shot to the head can throw your aim complete, can just, you know, make you push your aim all over the place. You don't want to avoid that. Excal in the meantime with a deagle, perfect flashbang, but Ace is going to completely whip his shots, and it's going to be Sai who's going to get taken down. They still have a guy inside the side. There's going to be Ribby. I'm not sure they're going to be expecting another CT deep inside the site. You know, if they take advantage of this, I mean, if they don't clear this out, it could be a problem. Ribby just biding his time. They've got Excali as well. Scope comes in, they hear it, and it's going to be the jumping shot from KitKat. They still don't know where Ribby is. And I felt Excali was a little bit too hasty there. And Ribby springs to action, finds one. KitKat being a little lost there, but he will find a kill. And it's all going to come down to Ace. He's going to fall to Havoc with the Glock. 12-9. It was an eco round, although I'm not sure where that scout even came from. Quad kill for KitKat with the UMP. That's a lot of money in the bank. $10,000 for KitKat. He will upgrade his gun. Actually, he's going to drop the UMP towards Breaker. Entity with a buy. Op on side. It's a full buy. They went for the eco. They went for a double eco, if I'm not mistaken. 4 M4s. 4 incendiaries, 5 smokes, quite a number of flashes, and 3 kits as well. So this is a full buy. They've even gone for the head armor apart from Ribby. So they need to convert this round because Risky are catching up. Aggression from A-Star. I like this. Double aggression over in mid. Breaker's going to fall. A-Star finds him. Ribby's going to fall. In the meantime, A-Star looking for more, but it's going to get its head punched in by KitKat. But it's now a 2v3. They've got control of Banana as well. They're pushing in towards mid, and KitKat and Havoc are trapped in a pretty rough spot indeed. But Sai, I don't think he knows this, and it's going to be KitKat. Is going to spray him downside, being a little lost there. I don't think he was expecting KitKat to push in all the way towards apps. But the second KitKat realized that they have a heavy presence at mid, he just pushed in, got control of the A-bomb side. The bomb is not planted yet. It is going to get planted right now. Havoc puts the bomb down, and now it's a 2v2. I like the aggression from Entity, but perfect peek there from KitKat. Perfect peek and the flashbang. It's going to come to Excali. 1v2. Molotov to push out KitKat. And he's burning alive, but he's going to push into the Molotov. That is so smart from him, but Excali is still going to get the kill. It's all down to Excali, but Havoc is there to save the day. 10 to 12 for Risky. They are in double digits now, and they've strung quite a few number of rounds together as well. They got it op 2. And Entity is a problem, right? Max loss bonus. On the CD side, you still need to go for an eco. Your money's not going to be good enough. You need the guns, you need the armor, you need the utility. And A-Star's gone for the max 7. Fair enough. Pistol armor buy. It is max loss bonus. So even if they lose this one, they'll get $3,400. That means they'll have an average of about, yeah, $5,000. So it's fine. Breaker. Double molly. A-star. He's playing very close here. He hears him jumping over, but they can't spot him, obviously. But he's got the max 7. He's got to work something with this. But Breaker's going to nade side down. What a flashbang. What a flashbang. A-star. It just popped for a fraction, for a nanosecond. And A-star is out of the equation. It's all going to come down to Ace. He's going to push out. He spots the shoulder Kit Kat, and he knows where he is. He won't be able to get the kill. However, the AK-47 is going to be a little bit too much for him to handle. Leaving it all on a Ribby. He's got armor. He's got a 5.7. But the bomb is an A. He might get a consolation frag on the Breaker. No, he won't. Breaker's going to get his head. And that is going to be round number 11 for Risky, who have won every single one of their T-side rounds apart from the pistol round. And they're pretty much dealing out what Entity did to them on their T-side. And Entity's CT side, I mean, I was talking about how the T-side was so well done, but the CT side is just looking very porous. They haven't won a single Y round. They haven't won a single round apart from the pistol round on the CT side. And you can see they're just walking up mid. Now Risky up. Now they're starting to play with the no respect style. Breaker walking up with the UMP, just clearing out the angles. They're mixing it up a little bit. Breaker, oh my word, but he looks away the wrong time, but still gets to kill Excali, completely whiffs it. And now it's going to be the A-Execute coming in. And Ace, he does find a kill on the Kit Kat, but he's still got to hold on. He's going to find another one. Is he? It's going to be Ribby instead, but it's going to be hunted up by Breaker. But Ace saves the day, finds Breaker. It's all on the knob. He's going to get taken up by A-Star with a flank carry ball all alone. And Sai will find him the first round on board for Entity on the gun round after forever. And they will be in 13 rounds. 3 more rounds to go to close this one out. But Risky, their money is looking like the Bank of Abu Dhabi. They have a ton of money to work with. And now they're mixing it up. Aggression. Nami spots him out. Oh, the time for Acer. That was so painful. Excali does reply back, but Kit Kat with the trade. And they're completely blinded out in the open. Ribby's going to get taken down. I don't think Kit Kat knows the guy is pushing all the way towards the logs as well. That's Ace. So he can go for the flank here. And unless Kit Kat checks his angle, it's going to be a problem for them. It's a 2v3. Risky. The man advantage. Slowing it down a little bit. Sai with the op. Finds Kit Kat. A little bit of aggression towards balcony. Breaker. Is he going to check the angle? Ace, paranoid, there might be a pop flash coming out, trying to probably play an anti-flash angle. It's going to be Breaker, doesn't check the angle, gets taken down. Karabov knows where he is though, and it's got to be Ace who's got to shut it down. Surviving a 12 HP as well, 14-11 for Entity, so they managed to sneak in another round here. Risky, money's not going to be a problem. Problem is, they don't have that many more rounds to work with. Entity needs just a couple more rounds. 1 more round to ensure overtime, 2 rounds to close this one out. And for Entity, the problem is, if we just open up tab for a second, I don't think the money's that great. They had one guy stay alive, and 2 guys stay alive in the previous round. Even the round they won, I think that 2 or 3 guys. So the money's still not going to be great for Entity. So the second Risky do manage to win around here, they can kind of break Entity's economy. Oh god, it's just so weird seeing Entity every single time. B play coming out. They have the open side. Kit Kat. I think he's going to be boosting him Nami over the smoke here, but side with the op. I like this. I really like what Risky are doing. They've kept a guy over in Banana. That's Kit Kat. So if he does get an opening, they're going to immediately rotate back all the way towards B. Nice flashbang there. That's going to keep them at bay. But they've done a job. They've kept Breaker over in A, and Excali's going to win the duel. But is that going to draw the rotation? No, it's not. Ace still going to hold forward. He's going to trust his teammates. Meanwhile, they know the street. They know the street right now. Malta's going to delay them for a few more seconds. Side's going to find Nagini down side looking for more. Imagine to get a kill and to have him, but carry him up. How did he even get his 2 quick kills? Finds 2 frags. Ace side going to fall. Now it's a 2v3. They're going to get the bomb down, putting them kind of low, and the op has been picked up by Kit Kat. They're going to come down to Excali. Ace and Ribby to go for his retake, which is very much possible. 2 of them coming in from Banana, and Carry Bob and Kit Kat got to go big. By both of them on 40 and 46 HP respectively. And Excali, he's going to come crouch peeking around the corner. Carry Bob's going to fall. Kit Kat 1v3 with the op. He's getting hunted down here. Scopes in. They heard a scope. All 3 members looking his direction. They're trying to hunt him down, and Kit Kat finds 1. 2 more to find. Scope comes in, spots the second guy as well. Not like this. 1v3 and Ace going for the space, going for the hunt here. Oh, and Kit Kat with a quad kill at the 1v3. How did it even happen, Entity? 3v1. 3v1. They heard a scope as well. I'm so sure they heard a scope towards construction. They just looked lost. What were they doing? Why did they walk on 1 by 1? Why did they just not double peek and triple peek him? Street. They know the street right now. Malta's going to delay them for a few more seconds. Side's going to find Nagini down side looking for more. Imagine to get a kill. Scope comes in, spots the second guy as well. Not like this. 1v3 and Ace going for the space, going for the hunt here. Oh, and Kit Kat with a quad kill at the 1v3. How did it even happen? And yep, I was right. That's right. The money's broken. I was right. The money's completely broken for NTT. NTT. I need to learn to pronounce this word better. I don't know why, it just sounds vulgar when I say it. Never used to be the case. I think it's a representation of my love life currently. Ouch. Sigh. That's painful. 14 to 12. And they're just getting picked apart like flies. They all fall 1 by 1 by 1. Ace left alone. 1v5. And it's going to be Kit Kat who's going to get the final kill. Picks up a double. Breaker doesn't find anything. Rest of his team, 1 frag apiece. 14 to 13. Entity can go for the force, but they're going to be calling attack pause here. Going to talk things out. $29 frags for Sai, 22 for Ace. It's not like team's doing bad. They would do really good on T side, but C side are really struggling to close this one out. And meanwhile, Kit Kat, Havoc, Breaker. Carabob's having a rough game though, but Kit Kat, man, that 1v3 was just nasty. Although I have no idea. Why they would like just allow Kit Kat to pick them off 1 by 1 by 1. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I mean, it's kind of ironic. I was actually praising Entity on the T side. I was like, wow, they're impressing me. They're playing, some pretty solid Counter-Strike. And then a 1v3. And that dude, it's not like... And they knew where he was. And they just completely lost their minds. So, attack pause. What did I have in store for us? Op on side. It's the... Okay, Kevlar and everyone. No head armor. 1 incendiary. 3 smokes. 3 nades. Couple of flashbangs. 1 kit on Ace. Ace the only guy with a decent sum of utility. They've gone for the M4. So, in this scenario, especially in CD side Inferno, most teams would usually go for UMP so that they can afford the Molotovs, the incendiaries with the CD side, and the flashes and the smoke. And instead, Entity relying a lot on his rifles to go to work, and very, very less utility to work with. So that means you got to go for some aggro plays. That means you need to start getting the opening kills here, at least in this round. Risky. In the meantime, Deep Banana, Molotov, Sai, doing JW things. Again, no one to trade for him. I'm not a big fan of this. There's a reason this spot's called JW, because he does some of the most... He gets some of the most ridiculous shots, ridiculous plays from this angle, but not many people can replicate that. And he has an All of Meister. He has a Flusher next to him to help him out. And size alone, and this is so risky. The investment in this op is massive. And if he gets taken down, there's no one to trade for him. They're a gun down, and... Well, it'll be just painful if he gets taken out smartly, however. So I will fall back all the way towards Haystack, where just peering towards Boiler. There's no one towards Arch. So they do get smoked off. It's going to be a problem for them. However, they have, I think that's, who's that? That's Excali boosted up? Yep, he's boosted up on top. So he's going to be able to peer over the smoke. However, if Power Flash comes out, it's going to be painful, and he's going to be seeing a lot of action here. Avoids the flash perfectly. Is it going to be a double flash? No, he's going to get the first kill. He's got backup as well. Not able to get a second. Havoc will go for the trade. The peek comes up, and Nami reads it perfectly. He waits for the peek, finds side. It's all on Ace in the bomb site, and in the meantime, look at the B bomb site. KitKat is going to fall to A-Star, not able to get the kill. That was pretty much a free kill. I'm not sure how KitKat completely whiffed that. Ace alone in the site. He's got to stay put here. He's got to stay alive for as long as possible. Gets the kill on the carry bomb. Now it's a 2v3. A-Star on 13 HP, but that's okay because they still have Ribby, who has full health to work with, and it's all on the last man remaining alive. It's going to come down to Nami. 1v3. Picks up a kill on the Ribby. Now it's all on Ace here to hold on, and Nami spots him out. Is he going? Oh, what a shot! What? 2 seconds remaining. No time to go for the bomb plant down. It's going to be NTT Esports reaching map point. It will be 15-13. And Nami, holy shit! I am sorry. What was that shot? Jesus Christ! That was a very risky buy from Entity. The fact that they didn't have any utility whatsoever, and they still managed to turn it around. Great. The frag which A-Star got on KitKat was very crucial. I think KitKat should have got that kill. I think he kind of whiffed that one. But 15-13 now. Risky need to win 2 rounds in a row. Entity, money's still not that great. They lost all members apart from the last guy. So that means you can see the UMP. They have M4s, they bought the M4s, but again, utility so very sparse. At this point in time, I would have expected them to go for the UMPs and the utility buy. I'm just surprised it's sticking with the M4s side, the only guy with the UMP. Because if Risky go for a clean execute, and if they draw the flashes early on, it's going to be painful, but Excali will find Havoc on the lurk towards Arch. I don't think he knows Nami's there. Nami's actually going to fall back. Smoking off towards Arch. Cali, will he toss Molotov? Yes, he will. Next Cali now. He's got to hold on here. Again, risky angles and peaks. Nade's going to sail in though. Careful there. Cali's still going to stay out in the smoke. That is so risky from him, but he's going to... well, not take much damage. In the meantime, Nami wrapping around very smartly. And I think Ace knows this. The 30 seconds on the clock. Risky have to go for a play here. And I think it's drawing out the rotation. They get a kill. And A-Star, why would he do that? It just jumps out into the waiting arms of KitKat. They're going to get the kill. Now it's a 4v3. The bomb will get planted. It's going to be retake time. But we've seen how sloppy Entity can be in the retake. KitKat, though, he doesn't care now, does he? Gets another kill. Now it's a 3v3. And Breakers who wielding the big green gun. He's going to do the smart thing, going in towards construction with the AWP of Fizz. They have another guy to cross a big set. KitKat's going to get another kill, looking for more. Finally going to fall to Ace. And now Breaker holding line towards construction. He's going to make his way towards Coils, where he's expecting Ribby to be there. He misses the shot, but now they know where he is. But do they know where Kyribob is? They do, and he's going to get both the kills. 14-15. And Entity's money, I think, just might be broken. I think the money's broken. Yes, it is. They're broke. They're completely, totally wrecked economy-wise. And Risky, they got the money. They can take this to overtime. What a start. What a start to the ESL New Premiership Masters. And KitKat. I'm going to stand in. I think Nami is standing in. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he is. Still taking the fight to Entity here. 14-15. Entity Pistols and armor. Excalibur with the UMP. And Ace is playing a very, very tight angle. He needs to land a shot. And Nami's going to take him down. And Ribby just waiting for someone to come around the corner, but Nami's going to check the angle. And Ribby will get the kill. Oh, but the trade comes in. Havoc's going to find the frag. Ribby not able to do much. A-Star just comes charging in with the 5-7, finds Havoc with the off. Oh, what? Breaker, come on. Your Carabal's going to find a kill. It's all on the side. Who's going to get a kill on the Kit Kat? I'm sorry, 1v2 now. Carabao and Breaker. But Sai, he's got the 5-7. Nothing else to work with. Carabal's going to get the kill. Overtime. Overtime. Entity had a lot of very questionable decisions on the CD side. A lot of questionable decisions. Some of the buy rounds, it just didn't make any sense. They some of the decisions they made as well when they with the op, I think was it Sai? Was it Sai? Was it? I forgot it was. I think it was Cali or Sai pushing in, going to JW route and whatnot. Not that well thought out. I think they kind of forced it a little bit and they kind of screwed themselves over. Because that's the thing with CD side economy, it's very hard to rebuild your economy if you keep getting reset. So they won a couple of rounds here and there, but every time they won a round, Risky just kept resetting their economy, and there we have it. Overtime. So just waiting. I think we have a stand coming up for Risky. I think yeah, we have a stand, and I think someone timed out there for Risky. But yeah, Entity with one of the better T sides I've seen so far in Asian CS. I'm not even saying Indian CS, like one of the better T sides I've seen so far in Asian CS. And 11-4. And they were only able to get 4 rounds on the CD side. Great T side though, won't lie. .30 bomb for Sai. You got a feel for the man. 30 kills in regulation time. For Risky, it was basically Havoc, Kit Kat, and even Nami had some pretty big rounds. But Caribou has been having a very quiet game, to be honest. God, these mosquitoes are just killing me. Jesus Christ. Firstly, they weren't really playing the tag team game, but when the money was low, one thing which I noticed was they kept going for forcing M4 buys with no utility, rather than going for UMPs. Look, the UMP is overpowered as hell, right? I mean, Valve has given you that gun. Use it. It's fine. Everyone does it. Use the UMP. Get utility. You can buy, instead of an M4, $3,100, by the way, you go for the UMP, which is what, $1,200, $1,250, $1,200, if I'm not mistaken, right? You can buy utility for $2,000. You can buy a flashbang, a nade, a smoke, and an incendiary, and a kit, I guess. A kit as well, if you just go for the UMP buy. Instead, they went for the M4s. They had barely 2 or 3 smokes, maybe a couple of Molotov, not even a couple of Molotov. They had maybe 1 Molly, a couple of flashbangs, 1 kit. And because at CD side, on I won't say every map, but in most maps, you need utility to work with. And Risky just completely abused the fact that Entity didn't go for an utility buy. They went for M4s and armor every single time whenever they won around. And I felt that was one of the main reasons they couldn't close this one out. They should have been able to close this game out like what 16-11 or 16-12. I really do believe that they need to really rethink their approach in the CD side. And overtime, the OT $10,000 rule set, the MR6, I'm not a big fan of that as well, because everyone does it because Valve does it for the majors. But honestly, when you're playing overtime on a CD side, if you lose the first 2 rounds, you got no money, you're broke for the next round. The fact that the CDs have to go for a pistol armor on the final round of overtime, it's just not fair. I prefer 16K MR6. I think it's a fairer deal, but oh well. It is what it is. So I think we're waiting for the final player to join in. Yeah, there we go. Repause coming in. We're just waiting for... I think Greens is going to be subbing in. I think he is the main player. Nami was subbing in, so I think we're waiting for Greens. The manager? Was Greens the manager? I remember Greens and Osman just taking a dump on everyone at the ESL in the Premiership land last year. It was fun. Fun times. The thing with mosquitoes are, like, think about it from an evolutionary standpoint, right? Like, if you don't believe in evolution, if you believe that God made the earth in like 7 days or whatever, the fact that mosquitoes exist proves that God hates us all, right? I mean, why else would he create mosquitoes? Like, he'd be like, all right, you're humans, I love you, you're made in my image, here you go, mosquitoes, get wrecked. Dengue, malaria, etc., etc. Just get wrecked. So that's the thing. So if you're religious, mosquitoes are evidence that God hates us. And even if you speak from an evolutionary aspect, it just boggles my mind that something like a mosquito actually evolved. And if you're not getting this, if you're not getting where I'm going with this, the fact is I hate mosquitoes. I freaking hate them. Anyways, I think we're done with the mosquito talk. We're just waiting for the game to go live. But we have Greens in the house. Fresh in the server. Now let's see what he has in store for us. So Risky playing overtime with their actual full lineup. Just taking a look at the pictures of the players. Ribby just has the weirdest look. Like he has the most come here, come into my room look. I wonder if he went for that pose on purpose, but yeah. So still paused. I'm not sure what's happening. Hopefully, I'm just gonna check with the admins. Hopefully, we should know. We should know if the game is going to resume. I remember this once upon a time, like, oh, there we go. Game's resumed. Enough of me talking about science, philosophy, religion, and mosquitoes. So we're back in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Overtime round number 1. Starting off Entity on the CD side. You will resume on the side. For those of you who don't know how overtime works, you've only played matchmaking for your entire existence. This is how overtime works. The team who, on which side you were during the second half of regulation time, you'll be starting on the same side in overtime. A fast A play coming out from Risky could actually catch him off guard. Rotation is coming in, however. You can see Excali making his way towards Speedway. And Ace is going to reposition himself. 3 guys over in Apps. He's going to play the anti-flash, but he's completely blinded. But no, he's not anymore. But he's going to complete it. Where were you looking, Ace? Carry Bob and Havoc with the opening kills. 5v3. Go for the save. Go for the save. Go for the save. Just go for the save. Just go for the save. So yeah, all right, they're going for the save. Now, question time. Why would they go for the save? 2v4, they could have gone for it, you could have gone for the exits. No, you don't. You know why you go for the save now? If they lose all the guns here, and if they lose the second round, they'll have about $2,000 to $3,000 for the final round. That means just pistols and AWP. Hence, the second you know the round is lost. Just go for the save. Even for the next round, if it's a 3v5 or a 2v4 retake, just don't go for it. It's not worth it. You might as well hold on to this weapon for the next round. Havoc's hunting them down, and Havoc knows this. Risky knows this. They're trying to hunt them down, ensure they don't have the weaponry. And Sai misses a sit-up. He will let go, but he gets taken down by KitKat. It's all on Excali, and Havoc is hunting him down. He's going to go for a shot, and Excali is still staying alive, and he will survive with the M4. And Entity, they lose almost all the rifles apart from the M4. And that's about it. 16-15. Double man, and they're mixing it up. Oh no, A-Star out in the open, Ribby all alone. Rotation coming in, and you can see Risky immediately stopping the tracks. Like, all right, we got the opening kill. We don't need to do anything. They might have two more guys over in B. Smart play from Risky. Gets the opening frag, mixing it up a little bit. Aggression towards Banana, and A-Star caught with his pants down. 16-15, and if you're an Entity fan, you should be a little worried here. If they lose this round as well, and all the weaponry, then money's going to be broke. And that means Risky will just have to face off against pistols. Well, at CSGO, so pistols are still better than rifles most of the time, so you never know. In the meantime, Risky. I like what they're doing, slowing it down. They have so much utility to work with. Time is ticking away, 45 seconds remaining on the clock. And it's a split defense coming from Entity. Not gambling anything. They have two guys in A, two guys in B. They are trained towards apps. Sai could actually work out, but they're trying to fake something over at B. You can see Greens and Breaker, they're pushing in. And is that going to pull outside? Yes, it is. Ribby's going to get the kill on the Greens. A's going to find Breaker as well, but the bomb is over in the A bomb side. Excali caught out with the nade in hand. He's going to find a kill on to Caribop in midair. Plucks him out like a sparrow by a hawk. I don't know where I was going to go with that analogy. Double smoke comes in, KitKat towards Graveyard, and Havoc playing from inside a pit. So Entity can go for this retake. Here's the problem though, if they lose his guns on the retake, they're gonna be broke. Great peek from Sai, great peek from Sai, and KitKat's all alone here, and he's gonna be trapped in the corner. Three guys picking him at the same time, goes for the most wildest sprays possible, and this is big. Entity win the round, keeping three guns in play. That means they'll have a lot of money and utility to go into the final round of overtime. So it's gonna be 16 all, the scores are tied. Entity win the round, they absolutely needed to win. Sai, once again, wielding the big green gun. He's been really on point, especially on the CD side, even though despite the mistakes Entity kept making on the CD side, I think Sai has really been on point late during the T side as well. Ace was explosive on the T side initially, and A-Star too, but they need to still close this one out. They need to still close this one out. Ace spots the scalp of Breaker, just the top of his head. And Risky, it looks like no time being wasted. It's going to be an A play, but they still have a guy watching bottom of Banana. They're still going to take the time. They have both the teams have utility to work with, and the crossfire being set up. Havoc should be careful. Moldo's going to come out. Ruby's actually going to get thrown to Havoc, and Excali burning alive, but he's going to get the kill on the Caribou. Yes, he will. He will get traded, however, by Greens on the 3v4. But A-Star, what a peek from him! Rips his head clean off. Finds another one in a KitKat, and it's all of a sudden it's all on a Breaker. 1v4, bomb dropping no man's land. Ace is there to deliver his last right. 17-16. Entity finally getting, at least ending the first half of overtime with the lead. 17-16. And now Risky's turn to play in the CD side. For Risky, however, they do have Greens. 5v5. What am I saying 5v5? Of course it's 5v5. I'm losing my mind here. Aggression from Greens. The Molotov. Not deep enough. And he has control of Banana. He has KitKat as well playing alongside him. Entity need to win 2 more rounds, or at least 1 more round to ensure overtime number 2. But they need to win 2 more rounds. For Risky, if they want to win this game, they need to win all the last 3 rounds here, all the 3 rounds on the CD side. So, very passive play. This is what I didn't like from what Risky did on the CD side. The fact that they're playing so passively, giving them no information, no info, no trade game, not really getting much. A-Star is gonna get barely damaged by the nade. Taking it very slow, but the fact that Greens has made his way all the way towards Banana, this is quite big. Nade. Completely used the 1 HP damage from the nade. And it's a heavy presence over mid. Side being boosted. I like that cheeky P coming in from side, but Breaker's playing very safe over from passive, from archways. And he's going to re-peek up. Yes, he is. Sai is going to miss the shot, though. Okay, the flames probably obscuring his vision. Flashbang comes out. Habak's going to find A-Star. Carabop finding Ace there with a tiny angle. Green's going to be taken out by Sai. Ribby with a frag as well. Now it's a 3v2, but there's still a guy inside the side. It's Breaker is going to drop the bomb on the side, and it's all on Ribby here. 1v2, 2 seconds remaining. You just need to wait for him. Oh, he'll get the kill though, and KitKat won't be able to find Ribby in time. So the scores are tied once more. Risky 17-all. They do lose 4 guys, but they win the round. That's the important thing. Entity, T side, it's fine. You can still buy up. Here we go, Ribby. And A-Star. I actually really liked watching those rifle rounds from Entity on their T side. I'm a little surprised I'm not seeing that right now. They're playing a little differently. Maybe they still haven't recuperated from making the round. Ooh, Ace, what a shot. Greens being a little cheeky. Ace being a little careless. Not good for both the teams. Carabop, meanwhile, in the pit. Oh, Sai saves his teammate, but Carabop's still inside of the pit. There's going to be a push up by Molotov, however, and it's completely blinded as well. He's going to be making his way to the corner of the pit. Excali knows he's there, but he's going to get the kill. In fact, almost gets taken down. KitKat and Breaker left alone. Breaker's going to fall in the meantime over to A-Star, leaving it all down to KitKat. 1v2. Bomb is still down. Flashbang's going to come. That's smart from him. Flashbang comes towards Library, but A-Star, he's not bothered with this. He's still going to hold the line. Spots out KitKat, gets the kill. 18-17 Entity on map point. Can they close this one out, or will Risky take it overtime number 2? Look at that. Just because, even though they won the first round, because they lost 4 rifles, the money is, pardon my French, but it's shit. But they will be able to get some decent buy here. 3 UMPs, 2 M4s, and this is different, right? At least Risky are going for the UMP buys along with the utility instead of going for just M4 buys. Sai trying to spot something out. Breaker's gonna find Ace with the nade, however. This nade's doing a bit of damage. Ribby's on 30 HP as well. And Sai with the P90. What a flashbang! But Sai will. Oh, KitKat still gets the kill. Breaker finds Ribby. They're falling like flies. And A-Star all alone, 1v5, overtime number 2, here we come. And just like that, my dinner is delayed by another 15 minutes. Nothing he can do. Absolutely nothing he can do. And Havoc's going to find the final kill. 18-all, overtime number 2. some fundamental mistakes from both the teams. I mean, like the banana presence from Entity, they just got destroyed. There was a lack of coordination. The re-aggression from Risky was really, really good, by the way. Great pop flash. Absolutely no traits whatsoever, and that is how you don't play banana on the T side. Entity looked like a very different team on the T side right now in overtime than what they were in regulation time. Breaker, the deep nade. You know, I see everyone going for that wall bang. No one hits it. I've never seen anyone get that wall bang till date. Like, onto anyone. Hey, Star. Wondering, why is the chicken running straight into the wall? You know, the fact that Valve really don't give a crap about some of the game-breaking issues, like, you know, pistols, UMPs, and whatnot. I'm actually surprised that they haven't... really improved the AI of the chicken. Nice Molotov there. Nice Molotov there. Havoc's gonna fall. Oh, but he's gonna re-aggress out. A-Star crosses on him, but the smoke is gonna block his vision. Breaker's gonna find Excal in the meantime. Carabob is gonna go for this play. No, he's not. He's still gonna stay put. But Ribby, he's got himself in a great position. He's gonna spot out. Ooh, I think he just missed spotting on Havoc. But his A-side's presence, they're wrapping around. A-side's gotta find Kit Kat. There's still two guys on the side though. 37 seconds, Carabob's got a Molotov. I'm just surprised he hasn't used a Molotov yet. Now is the time to toss it in. Oh, and Ace Ribby is going to be waiting for him. He finds Carabob, but Havoc's going to be found by A-Star. It is all on a Breaker, 1v3, and Entity's going to take round number 1 here, unless Breaker pulls off something absolutely nuts. A-Star's there to say, nope, triple kill for him. And that was chaos. The Risky CD side, they were completely lost. They had no idea where NP was coming in from, the angles were coming in from, and they played that to perfection. Alright, so I think there's something wrong with the studio's end. I'm actually casting from our studio in Bangalore. The production is taking place in Delhi from the ESL India offices, so just letting the production know that the scoreboard is still on. FYI. Yeah, there we go, I think it's fixed. It was on at least a while back, that's at least from what I could see. But here we go. Nothing I can do from my end, ladies and gents. I'm just a caster. I talk about the game. I don't observe. In the meantime, Greens with the Molotov in hand. 1918 Entity. They're taking a very, again, the slow-paced control. Again, Risky playing very passively, although they have a different crossfire being set up this time around. But the thing is, they're either going all out aggro or they're just playing extremely passively. I'm not seeing any, like, you know, mid-round aggression or maybe some tempered, you know, double peak or something of that nature. It could actually work out better. Here comes the execute. Greens is waiting there. Is he going to flash out is the question. He's inside the smoke. The thing with that smoke is you are vulnerable to a pop flash from the CT. You can just push out from that, and well-timed flashbang could just destroy you. And Entity, they're cutting this very, very close indeed. Oh, and Green's caught with the flash in hand. The wraparound comes in, and just one guy in a B-bomb set. It's Breaker who finds one, but he's going to fall. 15 seconds, but that's okay. They have time to go for the plant there. And the defense just crumbling over in the arch. Great read from Entity. They will get the bomb down. There's a 3v3 post-plant here. Sai playing from behind sandbox and construction. And they have he has A-Star as well playing right beside of him in construction. And Ace, all the way from the back of sight, all the way in dark spot. Flashbang on site. Great peek from Havoc there, he read that perfectly. Kit Kat clearing out the angles, Havoc's gonna find A-Star as well, it's all onto Ace, who finds one and not able to get the second kill. Carry Bop and Havoc will get the defuse as well. No kits too, so Risky's money is going to be a little iffy. They will get the defuse, they will win the round. They do have 2 guns, yeah, I think they can manage. Carry Bop and Havoc can drop the guns, and they'll be able to buy it for themselves. Yep. Utility kind of sparse. We'll be seeing might see 2 UMPs. Greens now taking the pick. A little bit more aggression coming out of Risky this time around, but he will be denied. In the meantime, he should be careful. He does have a teammate, that is Havoc, watching towards Boiler. Again, very slow play from Entity. Okay, then Havoc peeks out, gets the kill. Green's there for the 1-2. He finds Side well over in mid, and Risky 2-man advantage with still 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock. Greens, okay, then A-Star is trying to take matters into his own hands, but Havoc is there with the spray down, finds both of them. It's all on Excali to somehow ensure that his team retains the lead, but it looks unlikely. Ooh, almost finds Havoc though. He's going to re-peek out. If he does, there's a man waiting for him. There's Breaker with the UMP, and Excali, well, he finds Breaker. Sorry, he finds Carry Bop. 1v4 now. Havoc's low as well. Unlikely though. Havoc's just rattling off bullets. Excali spots out Kit Kat as well, tapping away. The bomb is dropped right in front of him, but he can't pick it up. There are 2 guys, and he tosses the smoke in the wrong direction. Spots out Greens. Rattles off a couple of bullets. Green's going to re-peek out. Yes, he will. But Excali, will he survive? No, he won't. Breaker's going to take him down. There are too many players to find for Excali, and it's going to be Risky going with the lead now into the second half of overtime number 2. 20-11. And Entity. I've had some good things to say about both the teams earlier, but Entity seems to have kind of lost the plot. But at the same time, Risky as well. The CD side just seems very weird. It was only the previous round where they, the one which you won very convincingly with that aggression over in mid. Not too much aggression. Again, they're not over-peaking. They're playing a little bit more passive, a little bit more aggressive angles, and working up for them finally. And this is an interesting buy from Risky. 3 UMPs with $10,000. That freaking flashbang and Havoc and Carry Bop just mauling that B-bomb side defense. And well, Cal, you gotta check those angles. Save call coming up for Entity. It's gonna be 21-19. Risky are gonna be on match point. And Entity need to win the last 2 rounds to take it overtime number 3. That was interesting from Risky. Fast B play, UMPs, 3 UMPs when you have $10,000. It's on the T side, right? In the CD side, it kind of makes sense, but the fact that they went for the UMP buys on the T side is a very interesting decision. They wanted to go for a fast play. They wanted to run and gun. Then the UMP, yeah, I mean, it's an SMG. It's pretty much run and spray the entirety of the game, entirety of the map, just strolling around, and that's exactly what they did. Fast play towards B. I did not think Entity was expecting that. Now, what are Risky gonna do? They have map point. They have match point. They got 2 AKs and 2 M4s and an AWP. But so do Entity. They have the dual AWP setup, so it's a huge investment here. Can they convert this? Breaker though. Oh no, Breaker and Greens. They're opening it up. Side there with one of the slowest flicks I've ever seen from him. He does manage to take Breaker down to 14 HP, going for the wall bang. He's gonna fall back. We flash out. Is he? No. He's gonna fall back to safety. He's all alone in the side. Oh, the fadeaway shot and the Ribney, the face punched in 2v5. Entity Esports need this round to ensure that they hold on here, but... Oh, that push from A-Star. The bomb's down. The bomb's down now. He's got health. Oh, he's trying to get back into the balcony, but he can't. And Kit Kat spots him out, and it's going to be A-Star gets another one, looking for more. And he's trapped in the corner here, but he's got a Molotov to do nothing. Breaker, I'm not even sure why he's taking that fight. It's 14 HP. And A-Star has somehow managed to get his team back into this round somewhat. It's still a 2v3, and he can actually find Breaker. He will. A-Star gets another one. 2v2 here. A-Star is just single-handedly taking matters in his own hands. And it's Sai and A-Star. Potentially the two best players in this team. If you take Ace out of the equation. Carabomb and Havoc. Can they hold on? A-Star. He's going to fall to Carabomb. It's all on Sai here. 1v2. He's got the op. Not the best of weapons to work with. Sees the flashbang coming up, and a double flash comes out. He's completely blinded here, and Carabomb's going to spot him out, and that's going to be risky. Who's going to take the game? And what a game it was. 22-19. And Entity are going to be so frustrated after this. They need to realize that this the CD side setup was just abysmal so many times. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in the inaugural event. I think we almost had 300 viewers, so thank you for tuning in. GG. Well played. My name is Blair. You can follow me on Twitter if you like it. I talk about CS, Asian CS most of the time, and random stuff like mosquitoes and what I'm having for dinner. But that's it from our end here over at the ESL India. Thank you for tuning in. Day one done with. Do tune in tomorrow. We have games every single day on the same channel on YouTube. And from myself and my observer Archie, GG, well played. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Well, we all see what happened. History repeated itself back again from Masters 2016, and now we are here in 2017 ESL India Premiership. Risky Gaming takes home the glory and the win, defeating Entity Esports in the overtime. Well done, boys, and hard luck, Entity Esports. But don't you guys worry, every day at 6:30 PM we're going to be streaming 3 games: Clash Royale, Dota 2 and Counter-Strike, and the best streams of the best teams for your perusal and for your fun. So don't you forget about the fact that we are here streaming it to you live every day. Enjoy the streams as they happen. For now, for today, we are done with the games, but we'll come back again tomorrow with the games. So don't go anywhere. Tomorrow, when you log in to the HP India page and the ESL India page where we are streaming this live. So for now, I'm Vagish Godslayer Bhan, signing off. We'll come back again tomorrow and join you guys. This is the ESL India Premiership brought to you by Omen by HP, Zowie by BenQ, and also Norvin Gaming along with HyperX. Cheers.
Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes.